Hello and welcome to another episode of Appalachian Dragons Tyranny of Flagons, where me and a bunch of my nerdy friends get together and we like to play some motherfucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
We are so excited to be back with you for session number 3. Where we last left off, the party had arrived to the Shriekwood, this malignant forest that was once a battlefield, then rejuvenated by the druid Goldbrand, as well as some of his druidic allies, in an effort to restore the damage caused by Bane's army. This well-meaning intention did lead to some unusual side effects, as the forest rose from this battlefield, bringing up the carnage, the bones, and the rot with it, and made a rather unique biosphere. The party arrived and began to search through, finding the abandoned city of Zelbros, as well as its large cemetery, where they found this, not a mound per se, but more like this conglomerate, this collection of corpses that formed this one larger entity and seemed to glide over these corpses as it moved about. Deciding that they were not wanting to fuck around with that before collecting their friend Z, they began to make their way back through the forest, noticing some unusual psychological effects on the way. The party did find a hidden cabin within the woods, where they met Maple, a kindly old hermit woman, which the party is still fairly unsure of, at least from my understanding of the last session. But all in all, a kind woman who had helped Tabitha when she was grievously injured and introduced them to their new friend, Yuan. Yuan, the blue-skinned water genasi, had no recollection of these individuals, and after a few exchanges, learned that the woman he had saved was named Tabitha, and that these were apparently friends of hers and his. He brought them inside to examine her, and after some TLC from our paladin, was able to awaken her, bringing her back from a 3-day-long slumber. Tabitha informed the party of what had happened, her battle with the pit fiend with Vicora, and this unsettling entity, this malicious force that was not a dragonborn, but possessed a dragon-like head, as well as almost like the hood of a cobra attached to it. He also was just uncomfortably pale with dark nails and just these horrendous features that set her teeth on edge. This entity had, with but a single word uttered in Draconic, slain Vicora. And Tabitha, who had suffered grievously from her wounds with the pit fiend, passed out not long after. Maple then helped patch together some of the story, as well as Yuan, that had been reincarnated, more or less, to his understanding, and had been brought, and had found this woman so grievously wounded, brought her, trying to find safety, encountering Maple, who helped him staunch the bleeding, and brought him back to her hut, which was, as she described, hallowed ground from her granny's magic long, long ago. The party spoke a little bit about the nature of the Shriekwood and their location, Maple informing them about the blood bog, as well as the site where she had heard several soldiers screaming about a week before. The party went to investigate this site, finding it strewn with blood and these long, bony spines that Davos was able to determine came from a bone devil. After investigating further, the party backtracked, making their way through Zelbros, across the graveyard, sneaking past the zombie clot, and proceeded to make their way to the river crossing, where, while they were doing their best to be stealthy, were discovered by a most horrendous figure. And that, my friends, is where we left off last week. So, let us resume tonight's episode of Tyranny of Flagons! And we're back. Lords of Nightstone, standing before you is a creature that makes your breath catch your throat. I'm going to drop an updated picture in chat so that you guys can share with the folks at home. Uh, this entity makes your breath catch in your throat and your heart sink. On its hind legs, it sizes up at about 8 feet tall. Horrendous. It has these rough dimensions of a bear with 4 long, spiked arms spread wide to display the onyx black claws and the 2 large ram's horns that protrude from its eye sockets. 3 rows of yellowed teeth snarl fearsomely from both the nightmare's face as well as its torso, which bears a larger second mouth that hangs agape with an insatiable hunger. As the creature's head rattles forward, it releases this simultaneous shriek of a mountain lion from its mouth and this bassy rumbling bellow from its abdomen that's just twinged with a buzz. As you all see this creature for the first time, I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. This is against being frightened, if anyone has anything that gives them advantage on it.
What if I'm already frightened?
Yeah, oh, thank you for saying that, because I have that as my next note. You are now frightened of this entity. Your paranoia was sort of unfocused, just general, until you set sight on the first creature. Now this is the source of your fear. You still make another one, because if you fail that, you're going to need to pass 2 to get out of your fear.
I mean, for now.
And DJ, you can probably transition us into some battle music, if you would like.
You said saving throw, correct?
Wisdom saving throw, yes, from everybody.
What aren't you doing what you're supposed to?
Yeah, my sheet's also being weird if yours is acting weird.
Mine is acting.
Mine
I
is.
I was gonna say mine's not rolling, even though I'm clicking.
Try the features and traits thing. It may have had an update.
I just tried
Worst case scenario, just roll a d20 and roll 20, and we'll figure it out. That's a d4.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if it will work.
So mine's plus 12.
I'll just keep that one, Brandon. That works.
Wait, what?
I have a plus
7.
1, so I rolled a dirty 20, baby.
Yeah, so I rolled
Dirty 20?
a 19. What's wrong?
A 19, Devin.
Yeah, because I get plus 12.
You pass, but you are still frightened of this thing. Vicora has a 19. Arcanox Davos. Arcanarios.
Alright.
I had to restart my laptop, so I'm gonna have to do it on.
No worries. Do you want me to roll for you?
It's no modifier for me. So
No
19.
modifier. Okay. You pass. Excellent.
What?
All right.
17.
As a friendly reminder, 17, you said?
17.
I couldn't hear that. I'm sorry. 7?
Yeah, 17.
17.
One
Okay,
seven.
you do pass then. All right. So if you are frightened, which I believe at this point is just Barbara, kitty cat, jumpy, you have and Devin, excuse me, for his previous
Here,
condition. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within your line of sight. You also can't move closer to this entity as you find it horrendous in every way. I believe that you're going to get the chance to reroll for this at the end of your turn. Let me double check. And yes, repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. And with that, we are going to get into initiative.
Hopefully.
Everybody
So-
go ahead and roll some initiative for me.
Yeah, initiative doesn't seem to be working, but my attack roll worked earlier.
So mine's the other way around. My wisdom save wouldn't roll, but initiative is fine.
It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
Mine's a flat d20 anyway. 9.
19.
Pandora got a 19.
Oh.
It's not adding into our thing, but that's all right.
Pandora's the only one frightened.
Pandora and Goldbrand.
Big cat.
Put a thingy on your token if you're frightened.
Thank you, sir.
Afeared.
I am a feared.
A feared!
What's a good one for
Oh,
a
I didn't-
feared?
Going on with my camera.
I didn't say backwoods bastard today.
You did
Tragic.
not. This is a good one for a feared.
I'll have to remedy that. Arcanox, what do you get to add to that 19, my guy? Or is that Barbara's? Pandora.
I think it's Barbara's.
What?
What did you roll for yourself, or did you roll for? I just see one of you. Yeah. If you roll again for me for Arcanauts.
Might have it right here.
Devin, you said yours is flat, right? So that's just a 9.
Yes, sir.
Less.
What's your dexterity? Rollies.
Oh, my dexterity? Not good. My dexterity is +0.
+1. Give me that money.
Yeah. Gladly will put you above Goldbrand. You've earned it. I have everybody but Ark, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing my
Yes.
roll again. Hold on.
And I didn't roll for this thing. That's his previous thing.
I have rolled a 15.
Oh, he rolled a very shitty. 15's pretty decent, actually. All right. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. Doodle-oo-loot. Fantastic. As we dive into this combat, I will let you all arrange yourselves somewhat. You may move up to 30 feet to position yourselves as you think you would be. And then we will begin with Davos. Davos, as you see this horrendous nightmare figure begin to lunge towards you, what you got, my homie?
You may have already said it. Forgive me. Squares, distance. Are we using the ruler?
Distance. So if you move yourself and hit tab, that should be an accurate portrayal. Them squares are itty bitty. I want y'all to cover more ground than that.
All right. I'm gonna stay here. I am going to use counter charm.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Drop that in chat for me and tell us what's going on.
I'm going to do. I gain the ability. As an action, I start a performance that lasts until the end of my next turn, and it gives friendly creatures within 30 feet of me advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. 1 second.
Fantastic.
Let me just send it, but that's the copy paste.
Bless.
Let's see, as far as a bonus action, I think I'm good. That will be it.
Fantastic. Pandora, as we round to you, and you feel your hair rise on end as you as this entity bellows at you. You can't move toward it. What do you choose to do?
Well, thankfully, I don't have to move toward it to hit it, so you
Nope.
know. But I do have disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Yes, attack rolls and ability checks while it's within your line of sight.
Alright. Well, oh, that rolled. Okay, there's one. Let me try my disadvantage. Okay, wow.
Nice.
20
Okay,
hit.
you still hit it.
Okay. It's just a flat 9, because I'm not sneaking yet.
Flat 9. You have your bonus action to do with as you please.
You know what I'm doing. I'm gonna
Of course,
look
yep.
around for the nearest bush, rock.
Yeah,
stand
there is some tree cover here to the right. I think you
Yeah.
can probably find a hiding spot there. This area over here is actually raised, so hiding up there would be difficult. Same with back here. You're sort of at a lower point within the valley.
That's a 30 for myself.
30. Fantastic. Drop that on your token just so we can make sure we have that for future reference. As the arrow strikes it, this thing is actually going to use a legendary action. Goldbrain, you're not quite within range for what I want to do. Up to its movement speed, which is pretty high.
Oh, Joey, do I get to re-roll at the end of my turn about the frightened thing?
Yes, you do. Wisdom save with advantage because of Brandon.
Thanks,
This-
Brandon.
This thing is going to make a savage charge.
You mean Davos?
Did I say
Davos?
Brandon?
You did.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, fuck Davos. Thank you, Brandon. This thing grits down on all 6 legs and propels itself forward with a freakish speed. As it charges through you guys, I need Davos, Arcanox, and Yuan to all make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Also, that was a 14 on my saving throw, Joey.
14 fails still, I'm sorry.
Boo.
I rolled a 12 on the dex.
30.
12 on the dex also fails. I need Arcanox and Davos. 18 passes.
That is going to be a 28, actually.
That's good. And I stand corrected. 18 meets, still would have passed, but It's good to. I like to tell you where your benchmarks are. Fantastic. So, Barbara and Vicora, each of you take 12 points of slashing damage and are knocked prone. Davos, you were not knocked prone, but you are going to take 6 of that slashing damage. And with that,
Did you say my name? I didn't think I was in the line of fire.
Did I say Pandora? I'm sorry.
Barbara.
Oh,
Right.
I saw the one on your D20. Is that for
That was where I was rolling against being
against the
frightened.
fear? Okay.
That was
So I
my advantage.
still need a dex save for Arcanox.
Oh my God.
While he does that, it's also going to be your turn, actually. If you need me to roll stuff from your sheet, I can, my dude.
Here's some stuff.
He's gonna do the thing. The thing that
I was
orcs
gonna do the thing. I don't know why they did that. Oh, sure. That's
It might be a little.
he's supposed to.
Dex save.
All right. So, here we go. I got 21. I did it on mobile.
21. You're good. You're going to take 6 points of slashing damage, but you are not knocked prone. And with that, we round to you, my guy. What does Arcanox do as this thing rushes past him?
Well, he got right up close to me, which kind of is a mistake.
I think I'm coming to join you
Well,
in a
let's do it.
second.
All right, so all right, yeah, I'm swinging at him with Douse.
Get him.
Get this work. Not working.
Think you're swinging on him with down. You're mowing
Trying
it over.
to.
Also, thought just occurred to me, Barbara, do you get more than one shot, or do you just get the one attack?
I actually don't know.
Take a peek. If you get more than one, I'll let you tack that on.
On my longbow, I don't think so. Okay, not that I can see. I don't know if we changed that at one point. Hold
No,
on.
no, you're
Let
good. I
me
didn't
look
know
at all my skills,
Rogue,
I guess.
Swashbuckler got anything yet. I'm still not seeing a douse, but I'm happy to roll it for you to help get things moving. Let me see.
Yeah, my computer's up now, but like, yeah, Roll20 is being weird.
Yeah, I was having trouble with Roll20 as well.
You got a 21 to hit, which absolutely does hit, and is going to deal 11 slashing damage. It'll take that 11. You have another attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Technically, I have 2 more. I got 3.
Oh, that's
Correct.
right. Yeah.
Right.
What would you like to do for the other 2?
Let's see here. Swing at him one more time.
Okay, with Dredge or with Douse again?
Wait, hold on. Forgot which one's which.
That shouldn't roll, by the way. I don't know why.
Do a dredge, yeah.
It's rolling them when you click on them to look at them. The integration,
Nice.
the plugin must be messed up.
That's
Comes
not
with it
bad.
on it.
Alright, you get him with Dredge. You pop him for another 9.
Okay,
Fantastic.
so
Third attack.
third attack. I'm gonna hit him with Douse this time, but I'm gonna add a smite to it.
Nice. Thankfully, 18.
Damn.
Thankfully, you get to check to see if you hit before. Arcanox, your sword in one hand, the anchor in the other. You are a flurry of movement as you swing with the sword. Water splashes through with every cut, slicing through the air, splattering you on, which is slightly refreshing. This is your first experience with water, probably. Environment could be better, but not bad. as well as the anchor, and you catch this with the heavy anchor. But as you go for that third strike, you do not find purchase. It's the way its limbs are, its body is very difficult to predict, so you're not able to quite land that third swing. Do you have a bonus action?
See here. As a bonus action, see here. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the mouth beast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I get advantage on him next time.
Fantastic. I'll go
Or
ahead
extra
and
damage. Yeah.
pop that in chat. Excellent. Have advantage on wisdom saves to track it. If it drops to 0, you can use bonus action to mark a new creature. Blah 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 blah. Deal an extra d6 per hit. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and roll on to Goldbrand.
You on, technically.
Oh yes, sorry, I reorganized you guys. I don't know why I dropped that. Yuan, this thing is standing above you, and your ears are just filled with this buzzing noise. And actually, as we get to the end of Arcanauts' turn, this thing's going to take another legendary action. This uses the last 2 of its legendary actions, so it's expended them all. But you watch as this buzzing grows louder and louder and louder as a swarm of wasps begins to crawl out of its arms. And you see that these spikes on its arms are actually hornets' nests. And you can see that while there are burrows in the nest itself that they're coming out of, you also see them crawling through its flesh. This thing is most unnatural. I'm actually going to roll a d4 to see how many of those swarms we get. Only one of them, so not too bad. I'll go ahead and pop that down. You can go ahead and take your turn. They get to move on a separate initiative.
Freaking disgusting. I love that.
Absolutely.
I am going to first use my bonus action to use an ability called Shadow Walk, because you mentioned before that the entire forest is dim light. I can teleport up to 120 feet to any unoccupied space. So this thing runs up on me and smashes me, and as it does, and I see these wasps starting to come out, I'm like, I don't like that very much. And then my body sort of dissipates into this shadowy, inky mist as I just sort of turn into almost like a cloud that disperses across the ground. And I'm gonna reappear over here behind Goldbrand because he's big.
Good instinct. Barely knows the
Um,
sky, just knows there's a wall.
Pretty much. That was the plan. I go look for the wall, I get behind the wall. That's the plan. And then as my action, I mean, it already rolled, so I guess you can keep it if you want. I was going to cast Synaptic Static at it.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, go ahead and drop that in chat. What's the saving throw on that? Intelligence?
Yeah, it's 18 intelligence.
18. This thing does not have a great intelligence score, as you'd probably imagine. Oh, y'all can see my rolls, right? It's not private.
Yes, sir.
This thing has a +3 modifier to intelligence. I'll even drop that in chat just so y'all know I'm not bullshitting you. Not the beat. Um, so this thing just meets the roll for Synaptic Static. I do not believe it might take half damage. I forget.
I need to double check something. I think it
Saving
does,
stuff, or if it's
but I'm also curious if I can do this. I wonder, I don't know if I could do this retroactively, but can I burn 3 sorcery points to give it disadvantage on the save?
Ooh. I will allow it. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll again. You guys can see my roll, so no fudging. Oh,
Oh
another
man, that sucks.
15. Oh, I'll mark off your sorcery points. That does
That's all
unfortunately
right.
still expend them. As the
The
beast,
problem is
as sorry.
I can't see the spell description to tell you if it saves or not because when I click it, it just casts it. So let me look it up really quick.
No, go right ahead, dude. As the wasps swarm around this creature and fill the air, Goldbrands, or I'm sorry, do you have a bonus action in mind?
I use my teleport for the bonus action. Half
Right,
as much
okay.
damage on a successful one, so it does take half.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage for that for me. And Goldbrand, your move.
It's a 26, so it'd be 13.
Goldbrand does not like being afraid, and I was gonna fix that, but apparently raging doesn't fix that. That must be like a
Oh, you need
specific.
mindless rage.
It must be a specific subclass. So instead, is that the only swarm of wasp that I
Yes,
see
it
on the
only
map there?
emitted one of them.
Okay. Goldbrand's gonna cast Tidal Wave. Why don't you put it in chat?
know that your friends are in that area, but you
Well,
certainly may.
now if you'd like to read it, I think I can place it over here in a way where I'm not going to hit them. The area can be
And
30
what
up
about
feet
me?
to.
long, 10
They
feet
all say
wide, 10
up
feet
to,
tall.
implying to me they don't have to be that big.
Okay, no, that's fair. Let me see.
Oh, it worked. Sorry. Ignore that.
Yeah, if you want to make a very narrow tidal wave, I think that seems doable.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
You're
to catch
wanting to
both
try
of
to
them.
get these two, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's passable. Let me see. Dexterity saving throw.
I guess I need to roll that, don't I? So if I can make this stupid thing work.
Okay.
They have to
Uh,
pass an 18.
18 on Dex. The Notarok does have a pretty solid Dex score.
There we go.
Oh, it fails, however. Uh, and I'll roll for the Wasp, but I doubt they will make it. They do not make it either. What was your save on that again, my guy?
17. Oh, the
Yeah,
save is
either one.
18. They did 17 damage, and they're both not prone.
Fantastic. 17
Get
minus
him,
that
Mark.
is-
While he's on the ground, get him.
Get it.
Davos too. You get advantage. You walk up there and smack him, Davos. You get one of them crits. You throw one of them smites down. Both of yous.
He don't explain paladining to Davos. He knows how to paladin. He killed I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Alglotix was killed with like a critical hit. Smite
More
that did,
people
like,
than Gelburn? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just low. If I wasn't scared shitless right now, I would be coming for that ass.
That was the end of your turn, Gilbert.
I think so. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna use my bonus action.
Oh. I could have done something, but that's okay. That's on me. It is actually going to
Forget about
it's going to use half of its movement speed to get
legendary
up.
resistances.
Yeah. It's going to use half of its movement speed to get up. It's actually going to skirt around Arcanox to come right up behind you and Davos. And I think we're going to do 3 attacks? 3 attacks. The first one's going to be a bite attack on Arcanox. With Arcanox as well. That is a 16. Does that hit?
No.
I did not think so. Let's roll again. This one's going to be a claw attack. Oh, also a 13, excuse me. Womp, and it gets to make the attack of its choice. I think this is going to be another bite attack on Davos. Wow, what an underwhelming swing of strikes. It's a 3, a 5, and a 5. So that last one, I know it's not going to hit Davos because Davos is a 20-something fucking AC. Wow.
I was choking
After
on my beer. How did it move? Or I guess you should ask, did it only move half?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has a movement speed of 50.
Hard. I just wanted to make sure its prone was accounted for. That's all.
I got you. Now you good, homie. The wasps are still prone for what that is worth. Unfortunately, that's the end of its turn. So we're gonna round to the wasps. These shriek wasps, to be specific. They're gonna come in. I think they're also gonna try to latch onto one of you two. This one's gonna be a psycho sting on. I think Arcanox.
Psycho
And
sting
another
it.
miss. Wow.
Psycho
It
sting
makes
it.
1d. I should have rolled the d4 first. I'm sorry. So 2 minus 1, so it only gets to make 1 attack anyway. So, psycho sting it. I just realized what you're doing. Wow, another miss. All right, we're rounding to the top of the round with Davos.
It was a Slipknot song for you, Devin. Psychosocial. Psychosocial.
Oh, I thought you were doing Psycho Killer. Ba-na-na-na.
I don't listen to musicals.
Shut the fuck up.
Hot
That's
take
what-
from Brandon.
Alright, DM. I need your
No,
ruling.
doesn't work.
If I were to
You
move
don't listen to musicals. No, sorry.
to, I think you could see it right here. Would I be able to get the bees? Doesn't look like it, huh? And without getting...
We're trying to cut out Arcanox.
Yes.
Maybe. If you move over there, you're going to take an opportunity attack.
Never mind. Screw you.
Yeah.
Bees.
Because you'd be moving
Alright.
outside of the range.
Gotcha. Alright, bonus action, Light of Lathander. That's going to be
Nice.
an 18 con save. And looks like it's not wanting to roll. It's going to be 4d8 plus 6.
It is proficient in con saving throws. That's a total of 18.
So he
What did you say
meets
the DC was?
18.
So if he passes, he's going to take half damage, which is
Adding 6 to this, 22, so 11 damage.
22. Nice. 11, 1. Not going to say the numbers out loud again like I did last week.
Right,
Yet.
And whatever couple of feet I have to move closer to be within range. Blade of Night Erembor
Nice. Get him.
for a 27 to hit.
7 certainly hits. It's just moved, so maybe it should save this.
I don't know why.
It is. Roll damage.
It won't even let me roll damage from a roll 20.
Won't let you roll damage.
Alright.
Oh, it won't let me
D10.
do it either. Have you hit your features and traits thing? Because I was able
I
to do it
did.
for Arc.
I did.
Okay, so
I've
9
switched.
damage.
And then I want to double check. I didn't mean to roll that. Don't count that.
Counting all of that.
I wanted to see he's undead or fiend.
No, neither one.
Okay, well then I will use a first level Divine Smite.
Yeah, pop him.
Come on, where are you at? I don't know if it would even click. I do get an extra D8 because of my weapon
Yeah,
for the
for sure.
smite. There we go. Alright.
Also, Goldbrand, I don't know if you rolled against your fear like I did last turn. Wisdom save.
2d8. Alright, and you said he's not undead or fiend, so it's just going to be worth
Correct.
2d8 here.
Give me, Daddy.
Extra 15 radiant damage if it's relevant.
Nice. It's actually going to use its bonus action, not its bonus action, its reaction, Barb Tide. When it takes damage from an attack, it may reduce the damage taken by 15, and if the attacker is within 5 feet, they are dealt 12 slashing damage. So as your blade is wreathed with this holy energy, and you come down to strike it, your blade does make contact. You do deal the damage. However, you notice that the area on its arms, while it is hornet's nest, and you would expect it to be papery and thin, it's almost like a chitinous plate. It is anything but natural. And as it parries with this, the spikes actually dig into your arm. I need to take that 12 points of slashing damage, Mike. Unless you have anything else, I think that's Pandora.
Yay.
Yay! Pandora, you are terrified in the bushes. What you got?
I mean, I got the good old razzle dazzle of a amethyst longbow. Let's see if it'll
Yep.
roll for attack. Okay, still at disadvantage.
Did you ever re-roll your frightened, Goldbrand? With
Roll
advantage?
one.
That's a
With
17.
Advantage.
That does
Pro
not
tip.
hit far.
You were within 30 feet of
Hey.
my counter charm.
Alright, well, let me, I guess, re-roll
21.
21 passes.
a wisdom saving throw
So
here.
you only were feared after 1. No, you're good. You're all clear. Bonus action, Barb.
Oh, that's a nat 20. I assume I'm not scared no more.
On your saving throw? Absolutely. No, you are perfectly good there. Did you have a bonus action?
Poking back into the bushes. I don't know why that rolled twice. But 25 was the first.
Yeah, you're perfectly good there. At the end of your turn, it's going to use another 2 actions, legendary actions, to roll a d4. 2 more swarms appear.
Someone set this damn thing on fire. Shit.
Get the gasoline! And can place it within 10 feet. I think it's going to do 1 here, and then 1 off a little to the side. Maybe should it flank you guys? I think it would. Bada boop, bada boop, bada boop. All right. If you don't have anything else, that brings us to Arcanox.
I had this working for a fucking minute. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm gonna swing at him with Douse, if you don't mind doing that for me real quick, Joey.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All right, Douse. Arcanax comes in with a douse. 19 meets. Fantastic. So we're gonna roll some damage on that. 14 slashing damage.
Plus the 1d6 with the hunter's mark.
Nice. Yep.
Go y'all.
6. Pings on an extra 1. Attacks 2 and 3. What do you want?
Attack number 2, I'm gonna retry hit him with a divine smite at first level.
Okay. What weapon are you swinging?
I'm gonna hit him with Douse one more time.
Yeah, get him. 29 certainly hits. We'll roll that damage. Do you get? I'm trying to remember. Hunter's Mark. Do you only get to add it once per turn, or is that every hit?
Pretty sure it's every hit.
It'd be cool if it
Yeah, no, for sure. Every hit. So that's perfect. We're going to roll another d6, and then we'll roll that smite damage, dog. You said at first level. Divine Smite. Oh, Divine Smite isn't the one that's a spell slot, is it?
It costs a spell slot, but you don't have to like cast it
It's not
beforehand.
a spell.
Yeah, it's not in spells. Yeah, it's in actions.
I see.
Like, wait, it's about.
Fantastic. I'm looking for it.
I know it's
Just
way
roll
at the bottom.
Should have rolled 3d8 instead of 2. Damn it.
I'm not seeing it to click the thingy. It's okay. Let me go to. That's obnoxious. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I think we're just gonna pop a Searing Smite,
Does it-
perhaps, or a Thunderous Smite, if you, or a Wrathful
It
Smite,
says
if
it-
you have a preference.
It says it's in other. Second.
Because it's an other.
Now here we go. Hell yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
Deal extra 2d8. Fantastic. The 13
Yeah.
on the Divine Smite. Fantastic. Alright, I think you have one more swing left, if I'm not mistaken.
all right, third attack. Because I'm gonna use these cool new rules, I'm gonna make my third attack a breath weapon.
Yeah, get him. Thank you, Fizzbands.
Right.
Breath
See if this
weapon.
works.
He has to make a dex saving throw.
He's getting the fire.
I don't think he's proficient in that. He is not.
Come on, roll for me, baby.
A
Oh,
10
oh, oh.
plus his 4 does not make it. However, he is going to use a legendary resistance to soak that up, and I think only take half, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my breath weapon. You're working now. This is not my day today.
Fail save takes 6. Successful save takes half as much damage. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, even my roll 20 is being kind of fucky, which is annoying. Okay. Why you be like this? Okay, I'm just gonna roll 3d10 in chat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Ooh.
Rolled a little low. It is only half of that. That is unfortunate. Let me see. All right. As anything else for your turn? Your bonus action.
I think I'm just gonna do 2 weapon fighting for my bonus action and hit him with dredge.
Yeah, get him. All right. So that's gonna pop him again with 13. Dredge rolled 26 for 10. Oh, okay, good. Your thing's working.
Okay,
With
cool.
2 weapon fighting, unless you have the feat, I don't think you get to add your modifier to the second hit. Let me look real quick.
I don't think.
I know you have the fighting style, 2 weapon fighting, so you're actually all good there.
Oh, cool.
And normally they would have to be light, but I think Douse and Dredge have a special thing that allow you to do that regardless, so that's perfect. So he's gonna take that full 13. Doop it up, butthole. Fantastic. As you end your turn, it's actually going to take its third legendary action. Technically it's second, but using its third charge. It's going to go for a bite attack, I believe, on... You just wailed on it. I think it's going to go for you, my guy. Let me see what it gets to add to that. Bloodthirsty. One bite attack. Bite attack is plus 11. I'll hold it a die. Oh, at least it hit something, finally. All right, 29. You are going to take 15 points of piercing damage, and it regains that much hit points. You
Friendly
watch
reminder, you can take away your thing barb on your token.
You watch as it like you dive in to swing with your weapons, and as you zoom this breath of flame, and actually like sidesteps and uses this opportunity to like take a chunk into your shoulder, and you feel as the blood seeps out, just it sucks it up thirstily. That is going to bring us to you on.
Phrasing.
Oh no, I'm only at 175 now.
Oh, hush. I'm going to first thing I'm gonna do is cast Rolithim's Psychic Lance at the big stupid double mouth.
Get him. What you got? Intelligence save again?
Let's see if this is an intelligence save of 18.
It fails, but it fails, but not really. It will take half that damage, I assume.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Take a peek at that.
Yeah, half as much, and isn't incapacitated if it passes.
That's gonna roll. Fantastic. That brings us bonus action.
Bonus action, I'm gonna burn 3 sorcery points to summon my Hound of Ill Omen.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this at this point. You know that you have some connection to some beast. You sense it within you, and just as you've called on these spirits, you try to reach out to it, and there is no response. We'll get to that later today, but I will allow you to use your bonus action for something else.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, we are going to round to Goldbrand. What you got, Gully?
You know, I guess it's time. Let me see how far away this is. So this is 30 feet. Yeah, Goldbrand's gonna come stand right in the middle of all this. I guess he's got to be off to the left to keep from encroaching on Davos' space here. Goldbrand gets unafraid and remembers Davos' snide comment about killing more things, and he's just gonna run in there, I guess. He will rage on the way as a bonus action, so I'll mark that off here in just a second. He'll take 2 attacks with the scythe.
Fantastic.
So Goldbrand shakes off his fear, takes out some bloodweed, snorts a big line of it, and all the veins run up his forehead. He goes sprinting like baseball slides underneath the wasp swarm, pops himself back up, and, does the thing. He has a 10-foot reach, so I would actually like to be here, please.
Fine. I like to think that you do the slide, and as you rise up, you swing the scythe from underneath and catch it like in the ribs. Roll to hit. 22 hit, and
so that's technically an 18 rage.
For the first one?
Well, the second one, because of rage. Let me make sure that's not damage. Maybe
18 to hit. 18 does not hit anyway. The 12, it's not the full damage, but it needs the hit points. I think it will use its reaction to do the barbed tide again. It's gonna
not
soak up
attacks.
15 of it.
Okay.
It's going to soak up 15 points of damage, so it's not going to take any from the 12. It's going to deal 12 to you as you come up with the scythe, and it grabs onto it, the obsidian claws. As it wrenches it to the side, these hornet spikes slash into you. Bonus action.
What kind of what kind of damage is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It has not been its turn again since the last time it used it. So I'm going to disregard that. He is going to take that 12 points of damage.
He took the 12. Oh, just the 12.
And you do not take anything.
Sure.
Fantastic. As we round to the creature, it is surrounded. It's not in a good place. It's going to try to regain some hit points. It's going to assess the 3 of you, seeing Arcanox in heavy armor with his scale, seeing Davos in heavy armor. It looks at Goldbrand and sees the squishier of the 3 targets. And I think it's going to make at least 2 bite attacks on you. Let's see how the first 2 go, and it might make the third as well. 13 and a 30. So it's either feast or famine with this thing. I need you to take 15 points of piercing damage.
So
And it's going to drink that up.
7. Rage.
Oh, this is... Oh, but you everything but psychic damage gets half for you. Okay, yes, sorry. Yeah, so you're good. You're going to take half of that. Because of that, 7, it's not going to regain the full effect. And it's a little pissed off about that. It's going to make its third attack. I think it's going to go for Davos. Well, Arcanarchs really lit him up a second ago. I think it's going to go for Art. That's another 30. Arcanarchs, I need you to take 15 points of piercing damage as this thing is back to where it was just a moment ago, trying its best to regain all the damage that you guys are dealing to it. As
I
it
eat
ends its
15%.
turn, yeah.
I was gonna say I eat 15% damage for breakfast, bro.
Yeah. The hordes of wasps are going to close in. I think these two are going to go for Arcanarchs, and I think this one is going to go for Goldbrand. He did technically have to move a little down, but I don't think that leaves anybody's range. The swarms get to make multiple attacks, so this is going to be for the top one. Second, a D4, the 3 for it, 2 for the middle one, and then only 1 attack for the bottom one. Can I make sure I got that right? 1d4, excuse me, 1d4 minus 1 Psycho Sting attacks, minimum 1. All right, so these first 3 are going to Arcanarchs. They get a +4, so that's a 22, and the other 2 miss. Arcanarchs, I need you to take 7 points of piercing damage, and I also need you to make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh no.
While you're doing that,
Oh no,
the
is this
middle
the
one,
fighter?
which only had 2 hits, is also going to swing at you, Arcanarchs. There's a compounding effect here that they're trying to ping. Neither one of those hit. This last one only gets 1 swing. It's going to go at Goldbrand, and also misses.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
See if that'll work.
Don't gotta roll real high, but
Stupid.
okay. You need me to. I can do
Shit.
that.
I got a 20. I'll drop it in chat. I did on
20,
mobile.
okay, solid. That does certainly pass, so you're good there. I think you do still take half of it. Let me see. Target fails. Okay, no, it's a save or suck for that one, so you're good. We are all square there. As we round from the wasp, we come to the top of the round. This thing gets its legendary actions back, so we roll to Davos. What you got, baby boy? Mantis battles again. Woo! Yeah, that'll do it. I assume this is to Big Freaky Boy. I don't know if you're muted or what. I'm not hearing you, my guy.
Now.
There we go. That's better.
All right,
Yeah,
23 hit.
Yes, sir.
All right. So for that one, I get a free Divine Smite use with my weapon up to 3rd level. So that's going to be an additional 5d8 damage.
Ooh! Is that just like a once a day thing?
Yes, once per long rest.
Thank God for that. So 34 plus the damage for the weapon itself. Roll, baby. Let's see it.
It didn't. You got. Yeah, that's everything. But also, are both of those wasps within 5 feet of me?
Yes, sir. I'm not seeing weapon damage for the second swing on the Blade of Night Aaron boy.
All right, how about that?
There we go. There we go. It's looking pretty fucked up.
You said yes to the 5 feet, so I'm going to bonus action slashing flourish. So I'm going to roll a bardic inspiration, 1d10, and I can add that damage to any creature within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me roll the d10. So 2 damage to each of those wasps.
Each of them. Fantastic.
Now, actually, does that let me? I'm looking to see if it lets me add it to the.
The original target as well?
Yes, it does deal that to the main guy as well, and any other creature within 5 feet. And that'll be my turn.
Fantastic. As you end your turn, it is going to grab a hold of you and try to make another bite attack for a legendary action. Get wrecked? That's a 17 to hit. Not believe that hits. Nope.
Negative.
No hits on Davos. As we round to Pandora.
Who's gonna pop out of the kitty dimension as she does, popping through the bushes here. I'd like to think she's kind of scaling the tree, getting higher up the tree and getting a better vantage point.
She can climb them, she just can't climb down.
She can jump.
No,
all right.
Kidding.
Let's see, that's a 28.
Ooh, a 28 certainly hits, yes.
Yes, for
14 plus 29. It's going to have to use its reaction to try to soak up 15 of that, but it still takes 28 points of damage. Because you rolled, was it a nat 20 on your... No, that was on your save. What was your stealth roll?
My stealth was a 25.
And more importantly, how far away are you? This thing does not have eyes, as you guys may have noticed.
I'm 60 feet, roughly. 50 to 60 feet in this tree.
Interesting. Let me roll something real quick.
Oh god, no.
Sorry, the lack of eyes has blind sight up to a certain radius, and I think you're within it. Let me just check. Oh, I think you're technically just beyond it, 60 feet, so you're good. How do you want to do this, Barbara?
Oh, yeah. So I'd like to think Pandora, who's been kind of catching some L's here in this combat, a little scared, comes to her senses. She climbs up these little Christmas tree looking things over here, gets to the very top. She hangs with her back legs wrapped around the tree holding on, and pulls her string as far as it goes and lets out one of her beautiful purple arrows, which are made from amethysts, so they're nice and sharp. She tries to nail it dead in, maybe through one of its mouths, where its vital organs might be.
Yeah. You aim pierce right between the darkness of its second maw, and as you pierce in, you see that the rows of teeth around the maw are just the beginning. The inside of this is like a fucking blender, spiked teeth within its entire stomach cavity. And there's just this flicker of pink-purple light before it blasts out the back of it. And this horrific creature stumbles to its knuckles and then collapses. Very nice. As you turn to look in the tree, you see an enormous skull staring at you. There is it takes you by surprise for a second, but you quickly realize that this is some ogre or maybe a hill giant, something of that size, that the tree grew through its torso, and so this remnants of this very thick skeleton are still within the tree. Little chilling thing, but nothing mechanically that's too bad. Fantastic. You guys slay the Notorok. The shriek wasps scatter.
They don't want none of the smoke.
You guys have... This is nice, quirky, light music for the... Oh, am I still listening along? I don't think I am. I think I hit play on mine.
Nope.
Excellent. As you guys take down this wretched creature, you can assess that there is a den to the southwest, as well as the trail continuing up to northeast. How do you choose to proceed?
Sorry, my brain's catching up because I thought we were going to have to kill the wasps.
You're good. Once the Notorok seems to go down, the wasps seem to dissipate. I'll give you an image of this as well.
So, can you guys hear the vacuum in the background? Sounds like no, so that's great.
Well,
So,
I heard Can you guys hear? And then you like glitched out.
Well, if you
Yeah.
don't hear the background noise, then it's fine. Long story short, so after listening to session today, I think we had decided we were going to try to hit the fiends and stuff first, and then go to the tower. If I remember correctly, we had decided we were going to take the long way to try to get to these fiends, because otherwise
Yeah.
we'll have to sneak past the tower to get to
You've
them.
got it backwards. Y'all were closer to the fiends at 10 o'clock. The fiends are at about midnight. Y'all were at 10. Y'all chose to go the long way around past the cemetery, past the tower, which is at about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right around there. So you guys are actually about to pass the tower to continue to the northeast.
No, that's why I was confused, because I thought we wanted to get to the fiends first. And so when you said we were going south on the recording, I was like, how did we get there? How did we decide that?
I mean, there was a lot of discussion back and forth on it, but ultimately what y'all decided was to double back. If y'all want to go back up toward Maples, you can.
But
either
the way
one.
we're going takes us through the shortest section of bog, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go from Maples, you have to cross the whole Blood Bog, where if you go here, it's just the single channel. Or the narrower channel, I should say. That does not answer the question on whether y'all want to proceed northeast or examine the creature's den to the southwest.
Do y'all want to take looks?
Vanquish.
Yeah, I
Obliterate.
want to look at the den.
Go check for traps.
Not yet, you don't. You guys check out. As you make your way to the southwest part of this, you see a dim cavern, pretty much completely black. Not only just with darkness, but the cave walls seem to be covered with old blood stains, and the floors are riddled with bones of various creatures. You also see several of these nests of shriek wasps in the corner, and while you hear them buzzing around, they do not seem overtly hostile at the moment. A quick sweep of the area suggests that the Nodarok had little interest in material possessions, but you do find some items it's picked off of its meals. If anyone wants to drop these into the inventory, you find a few scattered gemstones worth a total of 1,000 gold. You also find a ring of fire resistance. And as you pass by the corpse of the Nodarok, you feel a dark aura still clinging to it, and believe that its head could possibly have retained some of its corrupted magic.
I stabbed the head.
Yeah, pop, roll a hit for me.
$17?
Just the head. Yeah, a 17 would hit. Or actually, roll with advantage for me.
28.
28, fantastic. Absolutely hits. Your damage on that, the 11 slashing, or do you think this would be something you would two-hand since you're out of combat?
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay, 15 points is going to be enough. I do need everyone.
Oh no!
I imagine you're all somewhat together when this happens. I need everyone to make a DC 16 intelligence saving throw.
Gross.
8.
My bad, guys.
7.
That's definitely a fail.
Saving. Okay. See if this works.
The core, as long as your modifier is positive, you pass.
Yeah, it's a +1.
Yeah.
I got a nat 1 for a total of 2.
You get what you deserve.
I'm willing to accept that.
You were doing the right thing, I think.
Pandora.
All right, and Arcanox. Yuan once again proving himself to be the smartest person in the room, and it's not just the accent talking. As you strike through this skull, it splits open, and more of these shriek wasps fly out of it. I need everyone who failed to take 9 psychic damage. You also feel that you're like wince a bit. Mechanically, if you were in combat, you would have been unable to make reactions, and you would have made concentration checks at a disadvantage. This is an attack that it had that it didn't see a need to use, especially after rolling so shittily. But c'est la vie, c'est la D&D. But you have destroyed the head of the Notaron. You do see something kind of unsettling as you split it open. The bones, the ram's horns that come out of its eye socket, do not appear to have been inserted. It looks like they actually were coerced in a way to grow from its actual skull that way. This thing is not natural by any means. It's definitely, you would probably categorize it as something monstrous. But just seeing this just kind of, an uncomfortable thought.
Hey, Ark, this thing gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
See
you always
anything
wear a
like
screamer,
this?
Sabbath.
Nah, this is unlike anything any of you have ever seen. This is something that's not naturally occurring out in the world. This is unique to the Shriekwood. You did recognize
Gold
its
brain
cry
skull.
earlier when it bellowed with both mouths. It's something you heard earlier when you were checking out the zombie clot. This is just one of many monstrous entities within the Shriekwood.
Note to the
Joe, you
guy.
said that was a DC 17 save, right?
I think it's 16, but I will look
16.
into it.
Okay. Well, I figured I was just making sure I saved it.
Be careful when we step
DC
ahead.
16 intelligence save.
Okay, so I got it. That's fine then.
On a 10? Wow, okay.
Oh no, because my modifier is +7.
Wow, I didn't think anybody had a positive intelligence modifier in the party.
Yeah, mine's +7.
Rogues, I think, do get shit for that. So that
She's
makes
gotta be smart. She leads a whole pirate city. Like, you know,
course,
can't be
yeah.
swindled.
That's very funny. All right,
Or
excellent.
you can shoot it from a distance.
You guys do have the world before you. What do you choose to do?
Onward.
Yeah, we know roughly where everything is. I guess we want to
This
keep heading
blood
towards
bog
the.
makes me nervous.
Yeah, I guess we want to keep heading towards the first fiend, huh?
Are we able
Let's-
to perhaps throw each other over it, fly over it?
We talked about flying
could
over it. Like, I know you
could
said you can
certainly
cast fly.
try.
And Art
But
can
this
fly.
one's more narrow, I think, than the other one.
You are safer flying than walking across it. However, to try to carry people, it would be a challenge. You also, the canopy of this forest is very dense and intermingled, so there would be checks still if you were flying. They would just be easier checks.
Could we monkey climb through the trees over the bog?
You could certainly try.
Let me see, what's my acrobatics? Or
Is my
what would you
pass without
say?
a trace
Acrobatics?
still
Athletics?
What was that, Devin?
Is my pass without a trace still active?
If you were hit in the combat, I imagine you have to make a concentration check. Sorry, I forgot you had that up.
Same.
I know you did. How much damage have you taken total? Not much.
No, it was like 7 and then 9 from the psychic damage.
Oh, the psychic damage is disadvantage on concentration checks, though. Make 1 concentration check for the first bite, and then make 2 for the disadvantage of the second.
So that's con. Still won't roll. 1 second. This is +5. So that's 14.
Which passed the first, because the first was just 9 damage. So do the second.
10.
Disadvantage 10. 10 meets technically. I think it's 10 or higher as the base. So yes, you do retain your pass without trace.
Yay.
So we can continue
did the
on.
wasp? Did any of the wasps get you? I don't think they did.
No, sir.
Oh.
We
Is
could
that
try
pass
to.
without a trace a proximity thing?
Yeah, got to be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, why would it matter if the wasps got him?
They
More
probably had
damage
some
for a
special-
concentration check?
Probably had some special
Oh, that's
shit,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Never mind.
Because even if
Yeah,
they did
had
like
that,
one,
they had that weird sting.
yeah, even if they did 1 damage to me, I'd have to beat a 10 because 5e's dumb.
Never mind. Yeah.
No, yeah.
I was about to. I got stung a bunch. What happens?
Well, if you get stung more than I think it's more than twice on in a particular round, there would have been some psychological fuckery. But you guys got, honestly, another
Hashtag
instance
every
of Foggy
session with
being so
Joey.
swingy. What was that?
Hashtag every sesh with Joey is psychological fuckery.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it really is.
Just wait. You guys proceeding
don't-
northeast?
I'm climbing the trees, man. They're in the trees.
I might just fly.
It
I'm
might,
not
gonna
touching
lie.
that water.
might be
I would-
best
I
just
would-
to push on.
I would let somebody else fly though. I have decent acrobatics, and I can cast fly with my inch truth harp.
I think we might be shooting ourselves in the foot, like trying to overthink this. Like, I think we should just try to keep sneaking through till we get to whatever we're trying to kill.
You touch the water first, and then we'll see.
Let's see.
Make sure you're not raging.
I mean, I'm not anymore. That combat's over. It kind of stops. Speaking of, how's everybody
Devin,
looks?
you rage, so you have to drop concentration.
It's a good point. It's true.
Yeah, so you do not have pass fail trace.
It's true.
Damn it, I ruined it again.
Yep. Thanks, Brandon.
Hey, man.
Can I use shape water to like pull some of the blood out of the bog like onto the land to see like if anything happens, get it a little closer to observe it?
Y'all do not see the bloody bog yet. The blood bog. Excuse me.
Okay.
What you see to the southeast is just a natural river. It is. You wouldn't want to drink from it, but it doesn't seem particularly hostile. In
You might not want to drink from it.
Please. I didn't have anything written up for this, but I'd love to roll a wheel or woe and see what happens.
Dysentery.
Yeah.
2 levels of exhaustion.
Giardia.
This is now the Organ Trail.
I mean, it's a con save, right? I mean, I'm pretty confident.
Famous last words.
I'm not gonna drink the water, but I'll walk through seemingly normal water.
I'll walk on top of it.
I stab the water.
I mean, you guys can cross the
Alright,
river, no
you're right.
problem. There does not seem to be a set path over there. It's just dense woods. You gather from what Maple told you that the tower is further north, and you can't quite see it clearly, but you get some glimpses of it. Just this stark white, bone white tower that seems to be almost directly north of you guys at the moment. In fact, if you look north, like I'm going to ping up here, you should be able to see it. Because it is sort of a landmark once you get within a certain proximity.
Wait, it's like literally right there?
Literally right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Literally right there? Like, are we really that close to it? Or is that just...
That's how maps typically work. Yeah, that's where it is.
Oh, well, let's
I mean-
go.
I feel like if
Close.
it's right there, then let's just hit up the bone tower, yo. I know we talked about going to do the fiends, but... Well,
Go
sorry,
in
I
there
don't want
and
to double back on what we already agreed on.
I think if we go in there and start tangling with him, there's a good chance those fiends are going to come a running. Or even worse, it takes all of our resources to deal with whatever's in the tower, and then the fiends come a running.
Okay, that's right. We had already discussed it. I didn't realize it was that close, though.
Well, y'all discussed it both ways because you're like, what if we start attacking the fiends and he comes out and starts fucking us up? What if we start fucking him up and the fiends come and start fucking us up?
But I
mean-
think we did decide to go after the fiends. So, okay.
Yeah, let's get the fiends.
Which direction are we leading, and who's leading the charge?
As far as the water, I'll go.
The water's not. So you guys see that there's a little bit of a rocky outcropping here and sort of natural stairs here. This seems to lead up toward where the bone tower is. The water is not an intended obstacle of the encounter.
But we're not the bone tower, right?
If you want to cross the narrower part of the bog, you have to go by the bone tower. If you want to cross the long part of the bog, then you have to go from Maple's house, as well as cross through the briars.
I want to go to cross the bog. I don't know which way that is.
You have to cross the bog either way. It's whether you want to do the full bog or the short part of the bog.
The narrow bog. That's where we're
Okay.
headed.
Northward then.
All right. I'll go.
And who is leading the charge?
Let's see. I don't want to volunteer. Perception wise, I'm okay. +9.
I think
I got +15.
All right, Ark. And you got more hit points.
my passive
Alright.
perception's 19 and my regular perception's +9.
I would like to
Are you
propose.
guys-
I would like to propose a change of plans.
Oh,
We continue the way we're going. We go by the tower. We scout the tower. We do not go in. If we have to, we burn resources to get the fuck out if we're caught. We continue on by the tower. We go kill the fiends. If we want to change our minds while we're scouting the tower, we can. At least we know what's there.
You know, for being a dumb tribesman, that's actually a smart play, Goldbrand.
Yeah.
Concur.
Prince was the leader of his warriors for a long time. He's a tactician.
Been doing this too long.
Fantastic. Are you guys just marching? Or are you sneaking? What's the game plan there?
Do y'all want me to do another pass? Let me see what my spell slots look like. I'll do another
I'm
pass.
sneaking regardless. I'm always sneaking. ABF,
same.
always be sneaking.
So
Last game, I believe you were leading ahead in sneaking. Are you doing that same thing, or are you staying with the group? With
feel like
Pass Without Trace, if
they-
Devin does pass it again, you could lead 30 feet in front of the group.
So what I propose is we, if we're gonna
Well,
send
this is
Pandora,
creepy. I don't like this at all. The song.
if we're gonna
Okay,
send Pandora in by herself when we get to the tower, Pass Without a Trace won't help her. If we're all gonna go in, we should save Pass Without a Trace until we get to the tower.
that's up to you guys.
We get closer, and if somebody wants to try to go in or she wants to scout to go ahead and go in, I can always cast
Make her
invisibility on her. or something.
invisible. Okay. Let's do Pass Without a Trace now, and then use a different spell when we get there.
Thank you for saying the word invisibility. Yuan, you still have that charge that Tabitha gave you to turn yourself invisible as well. I believe it's an action to do that.
Thank you. Forgot about that.
Why didn't you
If
go
need be.
there?
I can always
Okay.
fly in.
Okay, so you are casting Pass Without a Trace. Are
Yeah.
you traveling as a group?
We have to if they want the buff to count.
Pandora could be 30 feet ahead, once again.
We're gonna stay together. Ducks fly together.
Apes stronger
Shut
together.
the fuck up. Wow.
Why
The
would you
Mighty
pick?
Ducks reference?
Why would you pick a
Jesus.
duck? Gobrand's very confused. What the fuck is wrong about the duck?
They fly together. Strength in numbers.
Have you ever
Ah.
been even hurt by a pack of ducks?
I was just hurt by a pack of wasps. And in the Shriekwood, I would not go to pet that duck.
Wussies.
Gonna
Gobrand's
pet
gonna
that
follow me.
duck, though.
Please let there be a
Fortuitous
duck that
timing. Look,
randomly
it's
flies
literally a duck.
right over.
Malignant Mallard
What?
coming right up.
This man has a duck.
Oh shit, that's right.
Literally, Lauren walked by with the duck when you were making a Mighty Ducks reference, and I was like, "Bring that duck to me. It's relevant."
That's so funny.
Look at it. Ah.
Check them quackers out. It blurred his face like for his protection, and I love that. Good for you, Duck. You look like the fucking, I don't know, you catch a predator or some bullshit, you know? To catch him out.
It was blurring out the violence as he was strangling the thing on camera.
Accurate. Alright, marching order, you fucks.
Arc first? Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Fall
I'll
into
go after
formation.
I do think we should try to spread out like the beefy boys. So a beefy boy up front, beefy boy in the middle, beefy boy in the back.
Are you the beefy boy, Goldburn?
I mean, any three of us, you, me, or Ark.
I say Gully takes the middle, Davos takes the back.
I'm good with that. That was
Davos
like
is used to
caboose.
taking the back.
So I guess that we'll put,
I couldn't remember if it was Echo or Davos, but I remember like every time.
so we'll put like you in front of me and Pandora behind me, or vice versa. I don't think it matters. But
You as in YOU?
You also don't have to walk. You don't have to walk single file.
Like you or you?
oh, I guess we don't have to walk single file. So that's even better. Like maybe put Pandora and Ark in the front, Goldbrand and Yuan, Davos, and oh well, we've run out of people.
I
We
mean,
can
that's
2-1-2 it. With
Mhm.
Goldbrand in the middle.
Okay, because I've got reach, so I can reach everybody. Okay, I like that. Let's do it.
does
Sure.
that look accurate?
Well, except for yous touching my boots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride on top of your head. That's where I
Mhm.
want to be. I need that for the scout perspective.
All right. You guys assume your formation.
There we go.
Well,
There, block it up for you.
there we go. All right. So you guys assume your formation and proceed northward. As we do this, make a general stealth check and then perception checks for me.
Oh, thank God
You
these
get
are
from
related to the
everybody?
thing.
True pass without trace. Good lord.
Yeah, thank God best of trace. Not that it helped last time.
I don't know why it keeps rolling my stealth twice, but that was a 25.
You must get advantage for something.
No, it
no, 'cause
says
you
I
do it the same
flat
way.
1 die.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Alright.
again. I'm
Roll.
just testing it. See, that time it rolled just once. I don't know what its
Am-
deal is.
Am I correct? The lowest is Davos with the 22.
Correct.
I do not see still check for Arc.
No.
Oh no, Yuan
Well,
has a 17.
yeah, 17. Mine's lowest.
Sucks to suck.
Clank, 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 clank.
Not any worse than you on.
Yeah, 25. Pass without trace covers that clank clank.
And then,
Significantly better than you
Almost
are.
right.
A perception arc.
Yeah, perception. I see 28, which I think is going to be the highest. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, we're
Davos-
rolling perception too. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. I thought I had you for both. Oh, no,
Perception.
she's still there, I see.
20,
Yes.
24.
Davos is still in the lead.
All
We
right,
all
so,
perceiving.
as you continue, you begin to see that the trees are coated in a thick, dark spider webbing. And for the first time, the Tower of Bone comes into view. Gleaming grimly as it is revealed from the thick brambles and intricate spider webs, it rises up some 50 feet or so to the upper boughs of the Shriekwood canopy, and stands as one of the lone structures of this forest. The tower is surrounded by an intricate weave of red spider webs, almost intentionally forming a protective perimeter around the stark bone walls. With your perception check, the web is the wrong consistency and color. It's oddly banded together, and furthermore, just up here, you see a fox that seems to be caught in it. It's twitching slightly, but it seems too exhausted to actually escape from the webs.
Oh.
In the middle distance, you see several spiders that appear to be. Whoopsie daisy, not you. Sorry. In the middle distance, you see several spiders that appear to have odd skull patterns up across their thorax. I don't know if it's the same case for a spider. The right term. They are skittering about the webs, but do not seem to have noticed your presence, nor the fox's presence, for that matter. Davos, with the 28s, as you guys get a little closer, it's with a little bit of a shock that you realize that the web is not spider web. The fox has been split down its center, its ribcage agape, and meticulously had its muscle fibers, veins, and arteries unraveled from within its body, and now splayed out, woven together in this sickening red web. You feel your hairs stand on end as you watch that its organs slowly pulse and realize that this thing is paralyzed and disemboweled, but not yet dead.
Oh.
I think we should definitely not touch this web. FYI.
If at all possible, yeah.
You guys can certainly
Put
try
that
to.
poor thing out of its misery.
Might alert the spiders.
That's what I was wondering.
I will say, meta-wise, I 100% made it a fox because I knew Barbara was leading last session. I was hoping she would lead and, get right up on it and then realize, and
God,
I'm glad
you're
for the,
terrible.
trauma.
The
It's
worst.
gonna be a critter, I just didn't know what until I was like, Barbara was leading.
At this point, I'm debating pulling a Randy. And ending this creature's misery without touching the web if possible.
That's what I'm saying. I could just shoot it.
Well,
I bet-
Definitely.
As soon as it dies, its body stops pulsing. All the web stops pulsing. Like, you're not gonna kill it without letting. Probably not gonna kill it without letting them things know what's up.
Well, I mean, if we get really far, I mean, they can't come after us if we're already, like, all the way gone.
You're probably right, Goldbrand. How about a prayer? I can't kill him, but I'll just pray for him. Pray
Divine
for his
smite.
soul.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah.
Okay.
Guiding bolt. No.
How do you guys choose to proceed?
That
You
looks
see at least
really fucking
one
dense through
spider. I don't know if y'all could see it up here. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all see any others? I think you might see two more.
I just see
So we
one.
have
Let me
to
scroll
go
up a
I
that
little.
see
way?
one more.
Okay, I see,
I see two
more.
more.
Yeah.
It's
One,
interesting
two.
because most of you have 60 feet of dark vision, and Yuan has 120. And I sometimes forget that he's a shadow sorcerer. So yeah, that's that's a thing.
Something
But you
tells
can
me
see
I have true sight for 120.
you have true sight when you're viewing through the crystal ball.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to check that myself because I was like,
Like,
what?
wait. I was like, I'm pretty sure I don't. What is this? All right. Do we have to go this way towards the spiders? Like, is that the
To
only
get
opening?
We
to
can go
proceed,
around.
yeah, it's either walk through the trees that have them that are encased in it, or try to walk around the webbing and try to avoid where the web is, or go back up to the blood bog. You have
We're not.
options.
We're not close enough to case the joint at this point.
Arcanox incinerates the entire force.
This one, I
If we
mean,
can
do
get-
the
Yeah, yeah.
webs do the webs reach up to the top of the trees?
Yes, they are like the trees around you. I don't know if you can see over here. They are pretty thoroughly coated. Even the brambles, like the weave of the canopy above you, you do see webs up there as well. Imagine Forbidden Forest, Harry Potter, Book 2 vibes.
Okay.
Except disemboweling spider web.
Yeah,
Except
I see.
much darker.
I think we have two options. We cut our way through here, we kill all the spiders. We backtrack, we try to find a way around, or we just go all the way around through the blood bogs. Clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Because right now we're traveling counterclockwise, correct?
Think.
Listen, I navigate the seas. I don't navigate no spooky woods.
I mean, and maybe I shouldn't be using the art as reference, but from what I see, the art makes me think we're not getting through there. We're not sneaking through there. There's too many webs. Like if it's that actually dense to Goldbrand's eyes, I don't think it's smart to go in there.
Because it's not web and it's something that they have to produce from other animals, there are spaces in between where you feel like you could step through, but the chances of you misstepping will notify something.
There's
Goldbrand,
no
like,
guarantee that
yeah.
these spider webs don't run all the way around the tower. So I
The
don't know if
tower-
trying to gain entrance from another area would benefit us at all.
The veins almost seem intentional as they perform a protective perimeter around it. You
Right.
almost gather that the spiders are there intentionally to keep an eye on the place. No way.
Definitely.
Goldbrand goes to like elbow Yuan and does he's Goldbrand, so he elbows him too hard. Like
Take
You know,
D8
gives it-
points of.
gives him too big of an elbow and accident. He goes, "Do you remember how to throw all that fucking fires?"
You knock him into the web.
He'll look at you and he'll say, "Of course I know how to throw fire. I've been doing it for most of my life."
Oh yeah,
Just
all of what
2
3
days
days?
at this point. Yeah.
Beat me to it.
Like Goldberg like pats him on the head. It's like, yes, I know. It does magic.
I mean,
stuff."
I don't want to split the party, but I'll look at you and I'll say, I can always teleport. I can move pretty far in the shadows, if you want, but I'll have to go alone."
Not wise.
Yeah, bro. We all got Misty Step. That's nothing.
Speak
Yeah.
for yourselves,
Could you-
Stormbringers.
I'll look at you and I'll
Ryan-
say, I think mine might be a little more special than that, but good effort.
Long way. I think he can go a
Just
long way,
kinda
but
Turn to Arc. Like, yeah, right. Get a load of this guy.
Oh, y'all did just see him. He did something that was not a Misty Step. He faded into the shadows and shifted over and popped up quite a good distance away. I think beyond the 30 feet that Misty Step would allow him to. So you
Just
know he's
Misty
got
Step with extra steps.
Misty Extra Step, yeah. What's the plan, gang?
I don't
Alright.
like that idea.
So I
I
think at
will
this
tell you
point,
this:
at
no
this
matter
point-
where you go in this woods, there are going to be obstacles. Nothing is a clear path.
I think we should just drop AoEs on the spiders.
Yeah.
Who's got Fireball?
3 people raise their hand.
I was gonna say Arc's got some fire breath.
I took a bunch of healing instead of AoEs, so I may not be super helpful with that, but like even if we've got even 2 people that can drop some AoEs, like if we can catch at least 2 of those spiders. Oh, I see the tower now. Oh fuck. Fuck. If we drop, this changes things. If we start dropping AoEs on the spiders, people in the tower are gonna know we're here. If we want to sneak past the tower, just killing all the spiders probably isn't the solution. So if we engage the spiders, we're committed to the tower, it sounds like. There won't be
Least
any
for
of this
tonight.
check it out and leave.
And then back to our original argument, that might draw the fiends in as well.
I mean,
there's not a clear win in this place. I will ask you guys to make a decision now. So we're going to take a vote. You can proceed through the webs toward the tower, or you can backtrack, go through the brambles and the bloody bog, make your way toward the fiends. Davos, what are you thinking?
Bog. Go
Bog?
back. Yeah, get away from this tower.
Backtrack.
Bog and brambles. Devin.
bog.
You say
Come
bong?
on. Bog?
Two things can
Also
be true.
bog.
Bog.
Yeah, bog.
Okay.
Backtracking.
I think we're.
Yes,
think
go
we're good.
bog.
We are going to back out, but first, we're actually going to take a little bit of a break real quick. I'm going to give Devin a second to scramble to get that prepared, but I hope that you guys are enjoying some of the And welcome back. We are resuming within the Shriekwood, where our party of adventurers, I believe, have decided to double back to the bloody bog they know. Uh, is that correct?
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, Captain.
There are
Okay.
two captains in this group. Oh, and Davos, in a weird way, you're probably also akin to a captain.
Military captain instead of naval captain.
Uh, as you guys cross back across this graveyard, I do need you to make another check to try to avoid the zombie clot. Stealth checks, please, with Path of the Trace. Even with that +1, or +10, my guy, that's pretty bad. Oh,
That balances it
Oh.
out though.
Arcanox just saved your ass. Oh
That
my
sucks.
god.
Mine was solo too.
Without the pass without a trace, you would have been busted right there. With that and the crit, you guys are good. Fascinating. Wow. Okay. You guys
Did you
make your
say
way back.
ascinating?
Fascinating indeed. That's my brand of hot sauce is called fascinating. You guys pass back through the graveyard, through the zombie clot. You
Someone never
find
told
yourself
you need to get
retracing. Yeah, you find yourself retracing the bloodied footprints of Tabitha from when you guided her through the forest the first time. A surreal experience, as that's one of your first memories, just from a few short days ago. You continue on. Uh, in fact, as you come to the center of town here, you do feel a bit of a recollection of Hawthorne from this dead treant up here. And it's weird walking in the steps of your past life and your present life. Uh, Very unusual. Um, as you guys are crossing so much ground within the Shriekwood, I need everyone to roll a d20 flat, and don't roll below a 3.
Why did it go up? I don't like that. Thanks.
Well, it only popped once last week, so I thought every area where it doesn't pop, I'm going to add. Y'all are also covering more ground. The graveyard,
that's
no
3
and the
8s.
crossroads. Boom, boom, boom. I think I just need an
That's 3 8s.
Arcanox.
Right here, buddy. Hold on.
Watch out, watch out.
11.
Right, everyone's good. You guys do see Maple's little grove as you approach. Cypress raises its boughs. Not
Bro, that was a
secluding
full
you,
house. 2 11s and 3 8s.
Solid.
Yeah.
Very
That's weird,
good
bro.
on you for catching. How good is that?
Funny,
In
'cause
realm of poker.
Anyway, as we were, you guys continue to approach the northeastern path here and find a tangled bramble. Nettle, I guess would be the best word for it. This is also an exploratory area. I'll allow you guys to lead yourselves through. It is at times narrow enough to where you can only go one at a time.
Oh my.
I got the butt.
All right.
I lean back and
let's just
examine you
Squeeze.
when you say that, and I'm like, not quite.
This is Faerun's ass, okay?
He's kind of not wrong. He I think he is the most popular ones.
Yuan makes
I
the
thought you were
decided
gonna-
point to get in front of Goldbrand to where he's not directly in front of Davos.
Well, I think we're gonna do Arc first, Pandora. So Arc Pandora, or Yuan, me, Pandora, or Yuan, Davos.
Agreed.
So like this.
Proceed on.
Sorry,
To
Yuan.
the one
have
area
to
you
walk
told me you
front.
guys weren't going to, and thus I did not review properly.
Hey, Joey.
So I just want to be fair. I thought we'd established we were going this way at the end of last session.
I don't think
So-
anyone was clear on what that. Y'all headed
being-
down that way at the end of session. Remember, y'all were down past the graveyard when y'all met the Notarok, so y'all had already decided to double back.
Being friends with Valkyr and him maybe talking about the Underdark, would I be able to glean if those webs were similar or not from maybe some stories?
Very interesting question. Valkyr is still actively involved with the events of Menzo Bernansen, the city of spiders from which he was once a slave. It's difficult to say. He's never told you about any blood spiders like that. Any I will even mechanically share with you just above the table, vein weaver spiders. Um, he has not told you anything of that nature, no. So you gather that this is something that is not related to the Underdark.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Y'all may proceed your march.
Let's
Gotta
do it.
roll anything, or
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Navigate through and see what pops up.
Fine. I'll move everybody. I ain't scared.
This
but
way.
a little. It's this way, right?
Well,
Am I moving?
I was more encouraging you guys to lead your own characters through the maze as you march.
All right, Ark. You're
Uh,
in first.
Feels kind of like a track,
Yeah.
but okay.
I can't see shit this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, upon climbing this short hill, you see this dense thicket of briars that reach high and interweave with the lower canopy some 10 to 12 feet above, forming darkened maze-like tunnels. These black briars seem both sharp and coarse, almost porous in places, and the thicket smells foul and nauseating. Then, my guy, is at the
Gross.
head of the pack. You are free to lead the group forward.
That smells like
Alright.
bear tribe.
Go up
If
a
y'all
little
would
bit.
like, you're also welcome to pop some checks if y'all want to keep an eye out as you proceed forward. Perception.
My
Where's your
Hell
perception's
yeah.
Mine's pretty good, but if any of y'all
Alright.
is better, please roll. I think mine
Yeah,
is
I'm
9
gonna
too.
go up to the intersection and take a peek around the 20.
Okay.
So
28 for
Fantastic.
Davos.
Excellent, excellent. Before you go forward, Barbara, back up just a second. So Arcanox, you see a gleaming red sword just up here, as well as a runed shield further down the path to the northeast. With a 20, you see no leaves on the brambles, only vines and thorns, which is interesting. It indicates to you that these do not use photosynthesis. They do not draw energy from the sun. But as there's so little light here anyway, that may be just how they've adapted. Pandora with a 26. Davos in the back, I'm afraid you don't see quite as much just yet. With the 26, you notice that the sword in front of you has a vine coiled around it, and it lies in wait almost like a tripwire, not as strung across the alleyway, but just waiting for something to touch the sword.
Hey, don't touch the sword.
I was wanting to touch the sword, actually.
Don't.
been there.
What sword? I can't see shit back here.
Say what
Oberon,
you
won't go
got.
forward. God.
What do you
Art turns around. Hey, there's a sword.
Don't touch things you see in the woods.
Does
Are
this
you guys
look like
stealthing through, or are y'all hem hawing and
I think we've established we want to be quiet. We have passed without trace up.
Right.
okay? Roll
the
me
sign
stealth
language?
check.
Don't touch the sword.
So, yeah.
This doesn't look like any of the equipment from the Order of Helm or them. The missing.
You have a 28. I will say one of them does. The shield up here. Let me double check my thing. It's a shield of resistance. That you do recognize as something that Captain Phillips had used.
I don't have a special shield. Wait, yeah, I do. Never mind. I would quietly tell that to the party. This is one of my guys.
Not a.
Sympathetic noise.
Another one. Okay.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
thankfully, I did stealth checks from the rest of the party. Pandora, Arcanauts, Davos.
Oh, we're stealth.
You do have the positive modifiers.
Davos and I are
check.
struggling.
Oh
I
no!
think the
Don't
only
pull up on that window. Oh, do not pull up on that window. Okay.
Goldburn has an old man coughing fit.
It's some like dad noises.
All right,
Thankfully,
time to smother him with a pillow.
Thankfully, you guys
Can
do
try.
not hear anything stirring. You may proceed as you will. Arcanox, lead the way, my guy.
I'm gonna approach the sword. I'm not touching it. Approaching it. I guess we can go around it. I guess.
Yeah, you could certainly step over it.
Can't go under it.
Oh.
Since Barbara was keen enough to point out the vines, you are all aware of them. And as you come up further, you see several weapons. Long swords, great swords, axes, several interesting items.
This doesn't look like a traps at all.
There is
Yeah.
also a spear up here, Davos, that you also recognize as something from the Order of the Aster, a spear of silence.
Are the shield and spears have thorns around them?
Yes, all the items seem to be connected or touching a vine in some way.
I wonder if this is the fucking. Do y'all remembers the fucking Chernobyl grandmas told us that there were things that used corpses as puppets.
Yes.
Corpses had weapons at one time, maybes.
I was trying to remember too. What was it where we saw the death, or was it Chernobyl Grandma who saw this area and she was telling us about it? Is that what it was?
She told you about several. She said the bramble up north has its own issues. She showed you the bloody bog behind her house, like from the mountaintop. Um, she
Thought I
also talked about
remember us
she talked
talking
about the
about.
ambush at the skewering ground, which is that area where you saw the blood and the bone spikes.
Okay. And we never saw any
Uh,
bodies or anything.
correct. Goldburn, as you come around that corner, I don't know if y'all can see that, can you? Is that GM layer?
I see
Uh,
a purple thing.
You want that
Oh,
sea
like a
urchin?
yeah, yeah.
this,
Ugh!
uh,
Oh.
as you come around to see this, you see what I can only describe as the most horrific flower you've ever seen in your life. This large, no token select on the page. Fuck you. Oh, I see why. Um, you see this large, uh, pod, purple in color, that has several vines reaching out through, and now you can tell from the trail. Oh, where'd you go, Gully?
Same spot.
Your, huh? For some reason, your light went away.
Ugh.
I also can't see whatever you revealed over here, even though it looks like Ark would be able to see it. Question mark.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
The this is a corpse flower, and its long tendrils have reached out to several different things, but at least you can see the weapons. It seems to have a vine on each of them, waiting for something to move them. As you guys are carefully stealthed, you have not yet disturbed it.
Ugh.
Go run
What
cast
do you think? Should we
pesticide.
throw something like a rock at one of the other items far away and see what happens?
I don't know. Goran tells the group what he sees quietly.
But what
If
if
we-
like it goes to attack the rock, then it would expose it and we could ambush it.
I think we could ambush it now, but if we can get out of here without touching any weapons, it may not matters. I guess we might have to come back by it, those.
Who's the wuss now?
Just old. Don't forget what I told you earlier. You should be careful.
How do you guys proceed?
Crickets.
Very carefully.
It's up to y'all. So
This
we can
is-
try to.
Yeah, I guess.
Keep
we can try
moving.
to-
Yeah, just carefully.
This is in one part of maze, so you have to navigate to find your way out.
This way.
Yeah, there's a
Also
spear
good.
there, though.
Can
I
we
don't know if our
step
music's
over it?
tough or if I just got booted from the thingamajig.
Wonder if intermission.
Step over it
Yeah.
carefully?
It stopped. It's back now.
Okay, thank you. Where y'all going?
Full steam ahead. Can we
Yeah.
can we step over this spear with the thorns?
I'm gonna have to try to. It really looks like
Yeah,
the only way out.
Yeah, I mean, think of it. A spear's, a pole. It's not necessarily difficult to navigate around. You're aware of the vines, so you have, your mother knew her way around a pole. Figured you would inherit that. You guys can see the vines now that Pandora and Devos have pointed them out to you, so you're able to more or less avoid them. But to whence do you proceed? Excellent. As you head deeper within the brambles, everyone make a new stealth check for me.
Yeah, I love consistently rolling stealth checks. And always rolling 25. Oh my god.
There we
Oh,
go.
God.
It was
Oh,
my
yeah.
turn.
All of the stealth checks.
Y'all's took a shit in the
Ah.
chat.
Wow, that was a lot.
With the second natural one. Let me see what the. Let me figure out what everything's supposed to be. 17, 12, 32, 25, 28. Because we've had 2 natural ones, I'm going to roll a wheel or a woe. If this number is odd, you guys have an unfortunate event.
Should make it even. We always pick odd.
12. Well, woe for odd.
Never mind, you already
Odd
said it.
number of letters. Yep. As we, Yuan, as you're making your way around these, you're one part navigating around the weapons and one part inspecting them. You've never seen, weapons of this fine craft. Each of them seems to gleam with an otherworldly light and be perfectly spotless despite being in the mud. You nearly step on the shield as you guys are passing across it. However, Goldbrand manages to catch you by the shoulder and pull you back just in time to redirect your step. As he does so, you actually come face to face with a corpse within the brambles and see a soldier. This one is actually not of Helm or Lathander. It appears to be a part of the Lord's Alliance. He is embedded into the briars, but you can't help but notice one of the vines snaking its way into the back of his breastplate. It does not notice you.
This is the thing that makes puppets out of corpses.
So I actually see it moving.
It does not move. No, you just find it like you come face to face. It seems like they're dormant, inactive in a way, but if something is triggered, you imagine that these will come more or less bite you in the ass.
I would definitely lean up and whisper that to Goldbrand after he caught me. I think your hunch is at least somewhat accurate because the vines seem to grasp that thing in a way as if it were planning to move it.
Does that mean it's gonna move the weapons too?
I don't think we want
Not
to
just
stay.
corpses.
Don't think we want to stay and finds out. Saw that before you did there, Yuan's. Sight's not so bad, huh? He's gonna creep his way.
The wise words of Goldbrand's. Let's get the fucks out of here.
Yeah.
Alright, carry on, guys.
Get up here with me on the map, since you're talking
In
about
fact, now that they mentioned
rest
that,
of
Barbara,
you-
you also notice one is right to your left. There is another one. There are several of these corpses sort of lying within the briars.
It seemed like we saw that the vines, at least some of them, were originating from the big plant that Goldbrand saw.
Correct, yes.
Man, I kind of want to slam dunk a fireball into its open mouth, but I don't think I should do that.
Is this a dead end?
No, it proceeds further down to the left.
Okay. Let's
Make
carry
your
on,
way
I
through the
guess.
maze.
a dead end.
Like, why'd you have to say dead?
Oh, I see.
You see more weapons, a halberd, a great sword. Carry on, my wayward son.
There's no way out of here.
Oh, it heads
It looks
back
like
down
from
here.
what we can tell, yeah.
Yeah, it's blocked off up top, but the path continues down.
It goes down to here. I guess we didn't go all the way through here? Okay. Alright.
Argonox, as you round that corner, you see another large purple pod. As you see, there are 2 of these enormous corpse flowers that have taken up residence here.
Yeah, we just can't get away from these things. Yeah. Oh.
I don't like this.
This is one killer gardens.
What a pun.
All right, as you plunge into the thorns, you take 16d8. No, I'm kidding.
It's just
Arcanox, you do see what you believe to be the end of the maze, where it opens up to the bloody bog. Davos, as you round this final corner, you see a young soldier from the Order of the Aster, one that you had personally trained for a couple of years, actually, before he became a little more seasoned and parted with this troop. It's
Timmy.
almost... Sorry?
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy, you see poor Timmy's face is, it looks like the vines are bulging from it. Excuse me, that the veins are bulging in it. But you see that from the corner of its eye, a small vine pops up, exits out from around the eye socket, and as it stares at you with these dead, white, pale eyes, the vine just creeps its way up a little higher. And you gather that this thing is very much, marionetting these corpses. However, you guys do make your way out unperturbed. And none of you took the bait. Not with the Axe of Blindness, which I thought was ironic, the Spear of Silence, the +2 magic shield, the Arrow of Fiend Slaying, which would have come in handy, or any of the other fun weapons.
We like living.
What
Also,
these things
like,
do, they try to draw you in.
straight up jacked up with super sweet weapons. So we're all over here like, no, we're good.
Your axe is only a +1.
Any more than 0 is enough.
Yeah, that's fair. You guys find your way to the blood bog. The smell of the iron is thick in the air. This low area of the Shriekwood, this natural caldera almost, is where the blood from the battle gathered and formed this viscous red bog. The ground is treacherous and murky and is difficult terrain. Navigating the blood bog requires finesse, caution, and subtle movements. You were warned by Tabitha that she did see things slithering in this when her and Victoria passed it earlier. This one is less of a navigation challenge in regards that you don't have to make your way across physically, but I do need you all to make a series of checks for me. How are we choosing to get across?
So we can wade, we can make a boat, we can fly, we can. He looks at V. Can you moves it?
Could try.
You want? Sorry.
I have different names. That's whatever.
So
Let's see.
I've never seen this before. I dropped a piece of pineapple in my beer and it made a bunch of fizzies.
Proteins, the bromelain.
If I use
that
shape
pure
water, which is a
science?
cantrip, you can move water, redirect it up to 5 feet in any direction.
Are you about to pull a Moses in this BI?
Well,
As you
actually,
try-
I apologize. I think it would be smarter if can you still move the grounds? I can do that as well if we can take some time to rest. I should be able to remember how to do that. Perhaps we make a bridge or a path.
Pull.
It's
Yeah, I was about to say
Interesting
Earth.
thought. I can use mold earth in conjunction with that maybe to try and terraform the land as we go across.
I don't have it right now, but I could have mold earth after a rest if we could do something with that.
Like a long rest?
Yeah, I think so, to pick spells. Well, it is getting dark, and maybe it's every day. I don't remember how they're worded. I'll find out.
I think it is long rest to swap spells, but you can check to be sure. As far as the mold earth and control water, you said control water was a cantrip?
Yeah.
It's not a very large volume, if I recall. Does it say?
Mold earth
No,
will be a
it just-
5 foot square.
Yeah, and it's the same with
water.
shape water. They're both cantrips, and it's a 5-foot cube of volume, essentially.
But I know mold earth is specified that once you move on to a different bit of earth, it stops working
Yeah.
first.
You can, I think you
Right.
can have up to 2 or 3 active at the same time. Let me double check the cantrip really quick.
Drop them in chat if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, there you go.
since it's a cantrip, I'll allow you to try. Blood is not water, per se. And this is more blood than water, thicker than water, if you will. But I will allow you to make an Arcana check to see if you can navigate the subtleties of that line, Decora.
Okay.
We're gonna call it.
It is a long rest
DC,
to change spells.
I think we'll say 17. This is
Well,
not
least-
impossible, but
And
difficult.
at least you can make it normal terrain.
Oh, and a
But
16.
difficult.
Unfortunately, you're not quite capable of grasping the difference. You can make it ebb in a way, but even as you do, you see as the water is disturbed that there are, in this particular pool, I'll even reveal it, hundreds of leeches within this.
Ooh.
You gather that this place is infested. Mold earth. The changes last 1 hour.
Can only have like 2 instances of it going at a time, so it would really be like only with the one spell,
Only
you could only
10
really make
feet.
platforms for 2 people at a
Well,
time,
if
essentially.
Goldbrand has it as well, or no, you don't have it. You would have to swap the spell.
Have to swap
I see.
spells. Yeah.
So you could make 2 safe squares of passage. You would, however, know that doing this would still cause disruption in the pools. If you're raising earth, blood is flowing out, there's movement that might be detected. Your footing would be safer. You would not fall in, but I don't think you would be better off as far as going unnoticed.
It's mostly to get us up out of it.
Earlier, you discussed flying. Arcanox has that option by default. Some of you have abilities that may let you do the same. That is also an option.
I was gonna say, I've done it before. I think I would probably just I don't want to touch it, and now that I know that it's like too viscous and it freaks me out, I would probably
Pretty gross.
do something I've done in the past and like summon the spirit of the wind almost as like little tornado boots and be like, hey, I'm gonna hover.
No,
See ya.
absolutely. As you try to move the water, you hear Florence like recoil a bit, like, this is most unnatural. Nothing that I can aid you with. And the spirit of the wind sort of speaks up. There are safer ways to traverse. And the spirits sort of whip up around you. And I like to think like waist down is like tornadoed. Forget what his name is. I think it's Wind Waker. Regardless, but you have a fly speed. You know that you can't fly more than 20 feet off the ground, and even flying across is going to take some check. Arcanox, and you are flying. The rest
I can cast fly as well, and if me and Arc can carry the other 2, or even with Yu's help carry Goldbrand since he's a bit hefty.
I would say that you can carry people, but you're going to make the aerial checks a disadvantage.
Really, I think we just need to worry about Pandora's. I can flies.
I've
Alright,
recently remembered I can
Two
fly.
of us, if 2 of us try to carry Pandora, would that get rid of the disadvantage? Or 3 of us?
I would allow it. Mechanically, one of you giving the other the help action to carry them.
Also, I'm really lightweight. I'm just a little cat, little baby.
Oh, does it matter if all
I would-
Goldbrand helps? Because he has the whole, like, move things up to twice your size, like, extra
I can adjust my
bullshit.
density with my bow.
That is also true.
Oh.
I think that so Arcanox fly, you fly, Davos fly, Goldbrand fly. Goldbrand, as whatever flying creature you are, probably wouldn't be able to
No, sir.
move something else.
I'll grow spectral wings.
Oh, dragon! I see. I thought you were going wild shape.
I'm just gonna say it because you keep talking about wild shape sucks. It's balls. After level 4 or 5, it's worthless. And
well, for a transportation thing like this, it's pretty good if you weren't, if you didn't just recently gain another way to fly. Wild shape in combat, I agree, does drop off pretty quick, but there are many more uses to it than just combat. So 4 of you have a way to fly. You can certainly get Pandora across. We're gonna have Pandora. You will not need to make a check, but everyone else will. I need everyone to make a dexterity check for me.
Goldbrand activates his
Save
constellation,
or
his
check?
dragon constellation, and grows spectral constellation wings.
I apologize. Acrobatics, not dexterity. Check.
I didn't roll my wheel. Yeah, I did. I just don't remember what it was.
21.
Oof. Acrobatics. Let me do that before I bloop.
Man, the way that dice cocked on my screen, it could have been an 8 or a 16. I'm glad it gave me the 16.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Use my.
You guys begin to
starry
make
form.
your way across, and as you are doing so, you can see the darker shapes in the water that you are now aware are leeches, and some of them are horrifically large. We're talking like 5 or 6 feet.
Ugh.
I'm going to make some of these visible as you're flying over. Arcanox, as you are sort of leading the pack, I imagine you're the one physically carrying Pandora. And you are sort of, your wingspan is rather impressive. You're actually having more difficulty because of that. You're trying to navigate through, and you actually hit the side of a branch. I need you to make a dexterity save or drop Pandora.
Ooh. Ugh. Text. Here, hold on.
Oh.
Pandora, you fall from Arcanox's grip, and you plunge into the ground. Because there are 3 others flying, I will allow one other person to make a dex save to catch her, to try to catch her.
Y'all better.
I got plus 10 to deck save.
So yeah, you for sure.
Yeah, do the paladin thing.
Do
Finesse-
the paladin thing.
Paladins don't got that finesse like this fucking Davos dude.
20.
But
23.
do you have that
Yeah.
ability that like the peerless athlete? Is that you?
Me?
It might have been Bergen. Somebody has an ability that they used in the Stone Giant layer that like your athletic abilities are off the charts. I don't remember if it was you or somebody else.
Regardless, you do manage to swing down and catch Pandora by the wrist. Her foot actually does dip into the water, and you see that this large leech in front of her rides almost like a large catfish would at an uncomfortable speed to the spot. But you pull her out before anything can get a hold of her. These things do not have exceptional vision, so they do not see you exactly above the surface, but they are on high alert as you guys have now disturbed the soil. I need everyone except Pandora to make another acrobatics check for me.
Pandora's over here grumbling and swearing under her breath.
Yep. This is the part where I argue that it can be athletics too, but really I don't think it can. It's not
Yeah,
in me.
it's not a matter of
20!
strength, it's a matter of navigation. That 20 is Arcanox overcompensating after feeling, a little responsible for almost dropping Pandora. Goldbrand, you have the same thing. You, with these spectral wings that you are using for the first time, I like to imagine much in the same constellation style, but you also have constellative horns that come out. And these are still ethereal, but you are not a nimble man on the ground or in the air.
No.
And you are going to have the same issue. You are trying to make your way across, and you get, as Arcanox pushes through, his wings actually, forcefully push one of the branches back, and it swings back to smack you. I will allow the same thing since we have so many of you flying. One person can make a dex save to try to save him. I will say not.
Damn it.
Davos, since he just did. Looks like you were the closest.
Yeah, my dex is also garbage. Can I make an argument that I could use a Spirit of the Winds dex versus my own?
would allow it.
All right, I
It's
can't
what's
roll.
it's what's piloting you, or it's what you're piloting, I guess. So I would allow that.
I can't roll from the character sheet, so add a +5 to that. 22.
Goldbrand, you hit this and begin to plummet back into the deepest and broadest part of the blood bog. This seems to be the central area. And as you do, there is an instant where you feel like you're about to plunge under. You brace yourself for the impact, and you almost feel siphoned as wind both beneath you and above you begins to pull as Victoria uses the spirit to guide you back up, just enough to give your wings, allow your wings to go. You do see this close to the water, and you've seen the 5 and 6 footers, but what now must be at least a 20-foot leech, the mother of all leeches, this massive thing. And you gather that this one is a little more attentive. It has noticed your shadow and is moving towards you. I need you all to make one final acrobatics check.
Goldbrand gives it to Bird.
Remember in Final Fantasy VII where you would touch the water and that giant snake would come after you? What in the world?
Oh, I remember the Midgard serpent.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh man, I was so scared.
Am I needing to roll 2, or am I still?
Not for the flight checks. Unfortunately, 3 of you have failed on this.
Wow.
As you guys try to overcompensate for getting gully, you see where the blood bog ends further to the northeast. You feel like you can try to make it, and as you do this, you actually have a bit of a dog pile as you guys come to a bottleneck, and you 3 collide. I'm going to say...
Where at?
With Pandora, you're going to plummet in over here. Goldbrand, you're going to make it a little further over. In fact, actually, everybody roll 1 flat d20. I'll do odd or even if you land in the blood or on land. Odd. Odd.
All odd.
All odd. Oh,
Pandora
no.
got an even.
Pandora got an even. Pandora, like the cat she is, lands on her feet. Yuan, you are still airborne. I'm going to position you just right about here, but you are still up. Everyone else hits the thick, bloody water, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yum.
You son of a bitch.
Man,
Yeah.
what a good initiative.
16.
$23 for Davos.
You also get some.
6.
I'm going to drop your names down here. If you guys wouldn't just mind to put in your thing for me. That'll make my life a little easier because I don't have to roll for
do
you
that?
guys.
We cannot
Yeah,
do
you
that.
should be able to edit the.
No,
Uh, cannot.
Mine was a 19.
Interesting. I thought that you guys.
I got it.
Okay.
Run!
yeah, if you still got wings, fucking use them. If we gotta fight these things, we'll fly
Yeah,
around
technically,
when we
I
fucking
still
do
have a
it.
flying speed.
Plus
also
your
have
walking
flying
speed.
speed.
And I'm almost certain you can use both speeds in a turn. I'll look that up right now.
To me, that's
Also,
broken. If you have a flying speed of 60 or 30 and you have a walking speed of 60, moving 60 feet seems, I don't know.
I do think that's the caveat. Like, you can only move up to the maximum, but you can... No. I'll look it up. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, check it out for me. Goldburn, you
How
said
long?
19?
16.
How long would you say we've been flying over this bog?
Not very. Perhaps a minute, maybe 2. Not very long.
So we still got plenty of time on my 10-minute fly.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Arcanox, what's your modifier on that there?
I got a 6. It's a +5.
Thank you, sir. And Barbara, is that 2 your initiative?
My initiative was 19.
Initiative 19. Thank you. Fantastic. All right.
To me.
Oh, never mind. He's back. Davos, what do you got?
I'm gonna try to fly out of there.
Yeah. From the water. What is your fly? It's the spell, right?
Yeah, 60 foot.
So not wings. Okay. I would allow it. I would call it prone, so you have half speed to get up, but then you can move freely.
Alright, looks like 30 feet would put me. I'm assuming that right here, I would be out of the water.
How high do you want to be off? Because your elevation also counts as movement. So if you have 30 feet, if you go 10 up, you can go 20 over.
Alright. How high are these cliffs where Pandora's at?
From the low, I would say they're probably 5 to 10 off the water. Not too high, but enough to be safely raised.
I'm showing that's 20 foot away from me. So
Have the plans. Save your good
This is
stuff.
a similar elevation, about 10 feet. Likewise, 10 feet. This stuff down here is sort of like almost like a shoreline that leads right into the bog, so it's at ground level.
And what was that, Goldburn?
Have a plans. Save your good stuffs.
Alright. I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I need everyone who hit the water to make a Constitution save for me. I almost forgot about this.
For some reason.
5 plus.
And add 3 to
5,
this.
10.
10 for me as well.
10 fails.
18.
Does it take away what I just did?
So Arcanox is good. Goldbrand and Davos, you both contract sewer plague.
Perfect.
Syphilis.
Which is great.
The barbarian, the bard.
The good news is, it is not an immediate effect. You feel like as this blood rushes in your mouth, you swallow a bit of it, and you feel as your stomach begins to curdle, and you know that you're going to pay for that in the near future. But for now, you're okay. Carry on, Davos.
I will. First level guiding bolt.
On what?
The big guy.
Big Mama.
Let me pull up. I open up my chest piece and shoot it with an Iron Man lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That is.
12.
Did it roll to hit or was that damage?
It rolled
Okay, that was to hit. Okay, all right.
A 12 does not hit Big Mama.
All right. Bonus action. I'm good.
Bonus action good? Okay, Pandora, what brings us to you?
I guess I'm gonna help everybody else get out since I'm in a state of not having the
Solid.
plague.
Solid plan.
I like the little nuclear symbol on you. Biohazard.
Okay, so I'll shoot at Big Mama here.
Go ahead.
That's a 23.
23 certainly hits. Fire away.
It's a 9.
Ooh, 9? Okay.
This down here is that more of like the weird webbing stuff?
It's the trees on what would be the northern side of the forest. There are still loose webbings that you could see here, so you do get the sense that getting too close to them might draw some unwanted attention from your spider friend.
Alright, so I can't hide in those.
I would allow you to hide, for example, like there's a little bit of a ledge here. I would allow you to hide behind that.
Do a little step down.
Yeah, so you would be going from like a 5 to 10 foot elevation to like 5 foot to the ground level.
That sounds good, with a 33 for stealth.
33, fantastic. Mark that. Goldbrand.
Sorry, I was showing off this new beer has even more head because the pineapple, it's weird. Goldbrand would like to cast. Oh, firstly, can I fly up out of the blood? I'm sorry if this is already covered.
How does it manifest?
It's part of my starry form.
Is it like, does it say physical wings, or you just gain a fly speed? Or...
I gain a fly speed.
I will say we'll do the same thing, and I'll do the same thing for Arc, so it's across the board. It's prone, so you have to use half your fly speed to get out of it.
So that means I can get 10 feet up off of the grossness because I have a 20 speed. So 10 feet to get out, 10 feet to get straight up.
Yes, sir.
And then I would like to cast Polymorph on the Broodmother.
Interesting. Okay. What does it have to roll to try to resist that? Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
It has a +1 to wisdom, so it needs to make a 17 or higher. It rolls a 15. What do you turn
I
it
have
into?
to pick what it has to be a beast.
You just got poly fucked.
Well, as Goldberg comes up out of the water, he says, we need to keep moving now. And he'll turn and what is the I don't know what the thing is for this.
It is a beast.
Caterpillar cocoon. And he takes out of his component pouch a caterpillar cocoon like the size of his fist, crunches it up in his hands, and then
I thought you were going to eat it.
no, blows it back out at it, and the stardust floats in a thin spiral over to it. And he will polymorph it into, I really should have fucking looked. It's got to be a beast, right?
Yeah, it can be something small. You could say like a fish, or
something that can't swim.
A regular leech.
Well, if it drowns,
we want it to have a lot of hit points, but we don't want it to be dangerous. I'm thinking maybe of a turtle.
Okay. Goldberg crushes this up and blows it out, and this stardust flies across the Broodmother.
Should have made it a duck.
For our theme! Then it can fly and follow you. Maybe it's not the as you do this, the stardust washes over, and it's right as this thing is inhaling. It was about to go, and it was about to use an ability called Incite Feeding Frenzy, which it would rouse all of the blood leeches.
Not today.
As it instead pulls back to inhale to make this screech and inhales this dust. And as it goes to cough, the turtle and just plummets into the water.
Goes. Goldbrand's trying to book it.
We're gonna skip the Broodmother. The giant leeches do technically get to go next. They do not get the bonuses from the feeding frenzy though. I don't think that they have enough movement to catch up to you guys either. You're airborne.
Oh, it doesn't even get to try to break it? Oh.
Not until it's hit points at 0. It's broken like that, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
One comes out of the ground near you. However, you are high up enough where it's not a threat to you. One of them will get to you, Arcanox. I'm going to make 2 attacks. We're going to start with the bite attack. It gets to add a +5 to this.
Do it.
Does a 20 hit?
20 does not.
Ooh, look at you. All right, it's going to try to make another bite attack. A natural 20. So I'm assuming a 25 hits. I need you to take 12 piercing damage. You feel as this thing latches, you're trying to get your wings out of the blood enough to get some altitude, and you feel it latch onto your side. And I mean this thing's mouth is the size, the diameter of a basketball. It is quite large, and you feel its teeth sink into you. It is grappled onto you. I think that is the only other giant that is in play. Let me make a quick sweep. This one back here would move a little closer, but he's a good ways away. And then we go to the swarms. Okay, they don't get to move as much, so that's not as worrisome. We double check. So 20 feet. You just watch as the blood almost looks like it's boiling as these leeches sort of collapse in on all of you. Barbara, you were on this lower segment here, and leeches began to almost piranha style leap out of the water. I'm gonna make a swing on you. They don't have as they still have a 5. Okay, so let me see.
Can they see me?
Oh, that's right, you are hidden. These do these
they don't even know
also,
I'm here.
These, like the Notarok, do not rely on sight. It's a scent-based thing. But they would have to make a perception check nonetheless. Let me do that. What would their perception be? It's not very high. Yeah. Oh, a nat 20. Yeah, they do sense you. They smell you. They see your shadow on the blood. Where you were trying to primarily position yourself to hide from the Broodmother, the Brood Turtle, the Turtle Mother. You now feel as something begins to snap onto the back of your leg, and as you turn, what was one bite is now several. 23, I imagine, does hit. I need you to take 10 piercing damage. and make a Constitution save.
Let me see.
This one has a low save.
Is it gonna roll? I forgot the saving throws just aren't rolling.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the integration.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a 8 plus. Hold on, 9, 2.
As long as it's
12.
positive, you're good. Okay, yes,
It's
you're
12.
good. The
Yeah.
little swarms don't have a whole lot. You feel these latch onto you, but almost reflexively, like you swipe down with your paw and like slice a few of their heads off as you just try to get them off of you. With that, we come to Arcanauts.
Get that
Alright, so
fucker
you said
off
I'm grappled
loose.
by a leech, huh?
Yeah. To get it off, you're going to have to make a contested grapple check.
Which you can
Either
use athletics.
or acrobatics.
Or, yeah. And if
If
you
you
break
try
it,
to-
then you can. Oh, it's his action to do so, isn't it? You can still move,
Yeah.
you just couldn't dash.
Correct. You do gather you could try to fly out of the water with it, but then you're going to be making any checks at disadvantage to navigate it. And you get the idea.
I'm gonna
you're
try to
gonna-
like.
He can't fly away, he's grappled,
Okay.
right?
This is I guess it is a medium creature. I was thinking more of the.
Because the grapple
Yeah.
condition.
No, yeah, I would say you're right. Visually, I was
Yeah, I was
thinking
trying to-
Arc's
I was
strong
trying to
enough
break
to
out of
fly
it.
away with it, but it would just be harder. But
Yeah, well. I'm gonna try to break out of this grapple.
yeah, athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Let's see it.
23.
23 easily. You feel this thing bite into you, and you just like with your claws out straight down, and like you pierce it on the back of the neck in such a way that its teeth like release, and you fling it away. It smacks against a rock. I imagine you try to fly out of the water. What's your fly speed?
I think it's.
Either 30 or 40.
I have it right here. Oh, it's my. Right. Flying speed of 40.
40. So use 20 to get out of the blood, and now you have 20 feet to move up, over, however you choose.
I would
I'm gonna go up.
go straight
20
up
feet
first.
straight up. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
get away.
You do have a bonus action if you have anything you can do that way.
Nothing I can really think.
Price and Deimos. I feel your pain.
Nah, that'll be it. Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Yuan. Yuan, you see your friends more or less pulling out of the blood successfully and trying to sort of mobilize. The large brood mother has been transfigured into a turtle. What do you do?
Is anything currently grappling Pandora, or was it just like a general attack?
The little ones just bit onto her. They don't have the force so much to grapple and be a concern.
I mean, Goldbrand's urging, I probably would try to start flying up to get out of there, but I guess I would start making my way towards Pandora?
Making my way downtown.
How high off the ground are you?
Flying fast.
I'm only probably hovering around 10 feet or so. I'm
10
not
feet? Okay.
sitting too high. So I guess I would traverse this little portion. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use my Shadow Walk, because of course I would, to try and save my movement speed. So I'm going to bonus action Shadow Walk, sort of like
Very
dissipate into shadow, pop back up like a freaking shadow tornado beside her.
Yeah, love that.
And look at her and say, "Hey, do you need a lift?"
That's definitely not Misty Step.
There it is.
Yeah, I definitely, I want to get out of here. They biting.
Okay, I'll try to grab her up and just see if I can't use my movement to pull her up away from the bog a bit and start moving. I guess I don't even know which direction is out, but it looks like this way.
I would allow you to use half your movement and carry her with you since she's a willing creature. So you see several points of entry to this place. You see that there are 2 pathways here and here that are covered with the spider webs and seem to lead back toward the bone tower. You also see that it thins out a little bit to the northeast, where it's gaining altitude and the pools of blood become more spaced apart. You gather that it does taper out up there. You're also recognizing a bit of this from a past life, So I would say, yeah, you know that the demon you fought was directly to the, or excuse me, the devil that you fought was toward the north.
Yeah, that's the direction I'd probably head. Just head towards that general northeast direction.
Okay. Move half your movement speed from Pandora's position to give us an idea of where you two are.
Okay. 10. I would only be able to get light to the other side of this rock about, so probably about there.
Your fly speed's only 20?
Well, I'll move 15. I assume my fly speed's the same as my walk speed, because
I
this is
see.
sort of like a thing that we just created, so I'm treating it that way.
That sounds good. Check the speed of the Spirit of the Wind. I think it's the same as that. But while
Good
you're
call.
doing that, we're going to bump to Davos.
Oh, snap. It has 90 feet of fly speed.
Damn.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Let me look at your feet. That sounds weird. Your feet for it. Victoria. Send them feet pics. You on Wiki Feet?
Did you just
Feet
fucking
pic.
say wiki feet?
That's a thing. I learned about it because of D20.
Okay.
There's like
Uh-huh.
a categorical thing of just every celebrity's foot in every movie it's ever been in. Like, yep,
That's terrible. Thank you.
Like
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Skin.
Earth knowledge.
Feet.
kind of, yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot when I go piss, and it's your fault.
I think
Uh,
it should be humanity's fault or lack of.
You can also conjure the elemental as a mount or combatant. Because it is a mount and it is carrying you, I'm going to say its speed is half. So you have a fly speed of 45. Carrying
Yeah.
Barbara, you have a fly speed of 22-ish. We'll round it up to
Okay.
25.
I'll get us an extra 5 feet. We're sort of like starting to float out over the blood a little bit.
I'll just leave this here for the Mama
Oh.
Leech.
And then just
Except
in
that
case
Strawberry is somebody's heart.
we do still wind up having to fight, because I think I technically still have an action, I'm just gonna like toss a cantrip at the one that had grappled Arc just to see if it has like any kind of standard effect or how it seems to react.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it.
Firebolt. Okay. Excellent. Let me check one thing. Yeah.
I rolled on that 20, so hopefully it hurts it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. No, it's not immune to fire or resistant.
Yeah.
It ain't.
23. Yeah, I think I almost made these vulnerable to fire because leeches, like ticks, the brood.
Yeah,
mother
you
is
put fire
vulnerable
on the
to
leech
fire.
and it drops.
I did fire vulnerability to the mother, but not the other two. I may have meant to do that across the board. Regardless, do a healthy chunk of damage as this thing like aids and recoils. Fantastic. Did we jump?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. That's not even the crit damage. That's just I rolled flat off the sheet. I forgot
Oh.
to click the crit.
You crippied it then. It is gone. Fantastic.
Perfect.
Anything else for your move?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. We round back to the top of the round. Is everyone out of the water and in the air?
I am.
Okay.
so.
We're gonna make another acrobatics check to see if you guys can navigate out without any more issues.
Well, are me and Goldbrand floating, or are we on that ground?
I was
cliff?
floating. I went 10 feet up when I got out of the blood.
Alright,
It is your turn,
acrobatics check.
Devo, so you could have gotten airborne. So, everyone's airborne. Yuan is carrying Pandora. You would do making checks at disadvantage. However, with one other, let's see, that's 7. Oh, I hit a 2.
Are we still in combat?
I was about to say, I feel like this must assume we're all dashing, but
Like,
Let me see something real
I
quick.
did have a thing if we are.
Yeah, technically, yes, we are still in combat.
I was
If
just gonna
you,
say use my lay on hands to heal Goldbrand of his syphilis.
I would feel bad, but I know you're next.
You gave him the syphilis, more or less.
If that would be enough to get rid of it, or if it requires
I think it
something
would.
greater.
Sewer plague's not a terrible disease, so no, that would clear enough.
Alright, I'm gonna use 5 hit points to do that.
Bless you.
So looking at where we are positioned, you guys, I think, even though we have two pretty shitty rolls, you guys are going to crash land sort of on this northern side, and I think you're far enough away that the only thing that could get to you is this one smaller swarm. So we're going to say that you guys managed to evade the leeches and make your way through the northern part of the channel. So for the moment, you are all airborne. We are out of combat. You've got less than a minute before an angry broodmother returns, so I would make your decisions quickly, but where do
We
you
see
go?
all those fucking bodies up there?
You do.
Actually,
Actually,
was wondering if trees are still overhead, right?
yes. The highest you can go is about 20 feet.
So we wouldn't have really been able to scope out the tower on our way out, dashing.
Not very well. If you went toward either of the lower passageways, you could probably get a better glimpse. I'll allow you to make a perception check at disadvantage as you're flying by, but the DC for getting anything is going to be kind of high.
Yeah.
I'll allow 2 people to do that.
Disadvantage.
There you go, boy.
You said
Dang, bro.
disadvantage to 28.
Yeah, no, that's pretty sick. I was going to
Two
say
What I
highest
had
rolls you
in
could
mind-
possibly roll.
What I,
not the 2 highest numbers.
what I had in mind was like I was gonna do like a right angle triangle, like go towards the tower and then 30
Oh,
feet
I
up
see.
where I'm at, just to scope it out, see if it's all covered with spider webs. Is there
So-
any?
What you see, there are no spider webs that go up the tower. It seems like once they reach the base of it, they sort of leave it alone. Another thing you notice, this image is stylized. I had to sort of work with what I got. You do not see any windows, any doors, any stairs. You see no points of entry. It seems to be completely smooth bone. From this distance, I think that might be all you get.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's all you get.
Fair enough. All these bodies.
All these bodies.
A joke here
you
somewhere
see-
about Davos eyeing something so the word
Phallic?
phallic. Thank you.
Rigid and phallic.
Yeah.
This
Gober makes a
clean-
joke Devin
I
can't
think
think
the
of.
sight of all these bodies would completely
Yeah.
Yeah.
de-joke.
As you get rigid from gazing upon the boner tower, you see Davos's body count, and all of you are suddenly humbled. You see several soldiers in garb that you recognize. Many of them are knights of the Order of the Aster, citizens of Helm's Hold. It is a gruesome sight. You also, a good thing. You also see, from your vantage point especially, a bloodied pentagram in the near distance. And before this in particular for you would resonate as familiar. Davos, from your perspective, you also see the body of Captain Phillips laying at one of the points of these pentagrams, unmoving. How do you all choose to proceed?
I want to cure my syphilis.
Feel free.
Right.
Respect.
Personal history question. We didn't kill that devil, right? It just got banished short term. It got sent back to its
Well-
own plane. I think that makes it stay there.
Yes, under normal circumstances, the Banishing Smite would just send something to a demi-plane, and then it would come back after a minute. Because it did originate from a different plane, it was sent back to the Nine Ends 2 or 3 days ago.
I probably would fill them in on, as those memories start to come back, sort of fill them in on what happened here. Sort of look around and point for a second, and I would look specifically at Davos and say, I nearly soloed a devil here, just so you know. Also, the thing that lives in that tower killed me in the middle of that circle before it flew away, so tread lightly.
So I remember we saw this happen. We would probably recognize the scene as well. Do
To
we
a
either?
degree. You
do
would
we?
know the immediate proximity of where Tabitha was, but I wouldn't say more than like 10 feet.
Okay. I would ask you, or if we remember, were the bodies here before, or did this happen after?
You certainly did not see the bodies on the pentagram like you see Captain Phillips there. You gather that while you was out of commission, while you guys were in transit, that things have been happening here pretty quickly.
Do we know that it's what lives in the tower?
It has
I
a
mean,
white
I would have
dragon,
just told you, sort of.
white dragon face and big white bone towers.
I mean, I would have at least told you the last thing I remember was seeing it. It left towards the tower before coming back to finish me off. So
Correct. So you
Okay.
guys know of its existence. You do not see it presently.
I don't like pentagrams in the ground.
Yes, we should try to destroy that.
I was gonna see if prestidigitation is that permanent.
I mean,
we
it
can also
cleans you up.
physically destroys it.
I was just thinking maybe using that to get rid of at least one section.
Can Gorbran scout the area for enemies specifically?
You may draw closer, yeah. It is still dim light, so you guys have to, you can only see what you can physically see.
And I would say while he's doing that, if I could start taking away one of the sections to break whatever sort of
Oh,
seal is open.
some stuff that's supposed to be
As-
transparent isn't, I think.
As well, it's the transparency is you seeing its sort of form appear in the shadows. So as you approach this plateau, the reek of death grows stronger, and flies begin to buzz around in a noticeable drone. A dozen or more corpses litter the ground, Knights of the Aster, Helm's Hold. They lie in states of rot, small maggots writhing in the viscera. As you reach the top, you see the lines of blood forming a pentagram, and set within its center an intricate runic circle. Just beyond that, a pit fiend flies just a few feet from the ground, speaking in low, infernal tones. It's a broad, hulking monster with a whip-like tail and enormous bat-like wings that seem to beat with very little effort to keep the fiend aloft. Armored scales cover its body, a mace grips tight within its fists, its fanged maw drips with a venom that can lay the mightiest creatures low. With an unsettling crack, you also become aware, I'm going to move the core in here because he can see better than y'all. You also become aware of a horrid humanoid husk perched just a few feet away. Dried skin stretched tightly across its skeletal frame, and it bears a fearsome skull-like head, the tail of a scorpion, and 4 insectoid wings that flit about in an unnerving manner. The foul odor of decay hangs in the air around it. You know that this thing is chanting. You know that nothing good can come of it. This would normally be an action that it just gets to do, but I'm going to allow you guys a round to try to stop it from doing what it's about to do. With that, Devin, I don't know if you saw my message. Are you good to keep rolling for another 30?
Yeah.
Okay. I need everyone to roll for initiative. Oh, not yet, actually. Let me get the thing.
I'm gonna blip away to use the restroom as is usual, but no initiative yet.
You may roll initiative before you go.
Okay.
So I have to reset my thing in here. And
My
now
initiative was 27.
Yeah. Thankfully, now we're in creatures that are not homebrewed, so I actually can use D&D Beyond instead of my fucking homebrewery document.
23.
Solid. Cephalopod Saber.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, well. Davos.
I was clicking things to look at things, and it rolled. I guess I'm over it with freaking this beyond rolling BS right now.
No, I gotcha. We need to fix the, figure out what's going on with that.
I'm gonna fight it. Like, I just want to look at my items.
Goldburn got a 15. Alright, start. Okay, so it does have everything in here. Fantastic. We can get some tunes swapped to something a little more battle-y. We are going to dive in. Pandora, still being held by you at the moment, or did you drop down?
Yeah, I think we probably would have started walking at that point, I assume.
Yeah.
You all approach. If you had means of flying, you probably still have that. It has not been.
I just realized I had a means of flying. I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that my bow had fly on it.
Y'all could have fucking never landed your way across this thing. Honestly, y'all did better than I thought. I didn't think 4 of you would be able to fly without someone have to upcasting something. But that's a big deal. Pandora, as you come into this and you see this great infernal beast speaking, and this unsettling bone devil perched on the side, what do you do?
I'm looking. As long as it doesn't roll the shit I'm looking at. Hold on. Well, our first goal here is to disrupt what's going on, and then we wail on them. Correct?
Correct.
We disrupt it, and then we go ham.
Or disrupt it and get the fuck out if we have to.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just looking. Let me do some measuring real quick. Okay, so are they both chanting? Is it just one of them chanting?
Just the pit fiend seems to be chanting.
Chanting. Okay. Let me measure. Hold on.
Which the infernal, I imagine, sounds like Latin. Datinos nos talamas salatines sanatu salates dos manasos.
Alright,
Lavate las manos!
I am going to expend 2 charges on my bow. Oh, I can't even click the stuff. Hold on. Whoops. There I go, clicking shit. I can reverse gravity.
Indeed.
In a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. So I'm gonna do that on him. We're gonna give him the good old flippy flop.
Okay, 20-foot radius, you said.
Flippy flop to him.
Yeah, flippy flopped.
Can someone give me like a 20-foot line? I don't know if I have to do the thing.
From where to where?
Just put it up and it'll give me a good enough opportunity to. Okay, right about there then.
Thanks, Pandora.
Yeah.
That's a big line. Yeah, we're about 20 feet there. You put it on him?
Yep.
Drop that.
Put him in the gravity tube.
The gravity tube.
If you can put it in chat. Flip it and reverse it. I forgot I called it that. You may expend 2 turns to cast reverse gravity as an action. Reverse gravity. Because if I recall correctly, there's nothing above it. He kind of bobs there. There is the canopy above.
Flopping him.
All creatures above him. Fall upward. Up there. This also brings something interesting into play where he's flying at the moment. But he's flying the wrong direction now. It says creature can make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto an object to avoid the fall. I will give him a chance to dexterity save.
I was gonna say it doesn't say nothing like that on my bow.
Well, it lets you cast a spell. The spell is what does all the fun shit.
Okay.
Yeah. If some solid objects okay, yeah, we'll let him make a dex save. Whoops, wrong thing. $17. What's your DC?
Me?
Yeah. Does your bow say what its DC is?
Plus 13.
No, a DC should be a single number. I just googled Pandora 5e instead of getting to your freaking character sheet. Let me see. There should be something on the bow about what the DC is for it. It does not. In that case, You do have fly. How about that? It would be what your spellcasting modifier is. I think for you is going to be charisma plus your proficiency bonus plus 8. So
Didn't you
charisma is 3,
say
proficiency bonus
his
5.
deck save, he has to try to grab something? Is there
Under
anything?
normal circumstances, yes, but he flies. So I'm
Okay.
just letting it be a chance for him to rewrite himself. So 3 for your charisma bonus, plus 5 is 8, plus 8 is 16. He does pass by 1.
Wayne.
Can y'all see? Why is it rolling to GM now? Because I'm rolling from D&D Beyond? I will put this in chat just so y'all can see I'm not fucking you. You watch as the Pit Fiend's chanting is thrown for a loop as Pandora drops down, flips it, and reverses it. And he begins to drift up at an uncomfortable speed before his wings sort of pivot and get him back oriented upside down, but according to his perspective, right side up. Bonus action, Pandora.
So now I know that I've pissed him off because I kind of gave him a little shut.
Yeah.
We're gonna bolt back here behind the rock, and we're gonna hide.
No, that's a good one. Go ahead and roll your hide. We'll round to Captain Arcanox.
Let's see here.
Cole Brandon Davos, close to on deck.
I did all the heavy work. It's all on you, dude.
Oh.
Actually, I'm going to try to hit him with Dredge's more ability.
You're probably going to have to get a little closer. I know you have a range on that, but I don't know exactly what the range is.
30 feet. I might have to... Yeah, let's move it then. There we go. But alright, bam. Throwing it at him.
And 4 certainly hits.
Shazam.
I will
But he
also
needs to
say,
make...
this is a general thing, the Pit Fiend does have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. I do not know if that would have... Reverse gravity was what prompted his check, but it was a dex save. But, I don't know. I will put that out there for what it's worth.
Alright. And with that hit, I'm going to need him to make a DC 16 strength save, or he is grappled and restrained.
Fantastic. And roll some damage on that from my homie.
Yeah.
He passes his save. 13 damage. He certainly takes that.
Damn right, he takes it.
Don't get
no.
cocky yet. Because of this, I'm going to make him roll a concentration shade. His minimum is higher than 10, so he would have to roll a 1. He does not. All right. Arcanox, you get 2 more attacks.
Keep making him roll those concentration checks. He's got to roll a slip up every now and then.
Yeah. Well, and it's not that he can only ever roll a 1 to fail. Just, with 13 damage, half of that is less than 10, so 10 is the baseline he has to beat.
Alright, so... move a little bit more. Something within range of him. Alright, for second attack, I'm gonna hit him with Dredge again. 14. Dang.
Natural 1. Unfortunately, you do not know. You're swinging the blades wide. Douse is extended on its watery tether to you, while Dredge is out on the full anchor, but you're not quite able. It's almost as if when you swing in, even though you have the momentum, the reverse gravity is slowing off your trajectory just a bit. Third swing.
Third swing. Fire breath weapon.
Oh, okay. That's a dexterity save.
Yeah, Dex 19.
He only rolls a 12. As you burst out a wall of flame toward him, it licks against his skin and passes over him. He is a pit fiend from the 9 hells. He is immune to fire damage.
Well, damn.
but good information to know nonetheless.
Mhm.
If you do not have a bonus action, we're going to round to the next person.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna save that.
Okay. We proceed. It is the Pit Fiend's turn. Because I'm going to give you guys an authentic chance to stop this, it is not going to just cast it yet. It has to the end of the round, but at the top of the round, it will complete this. We round to Goldbrand.
Okay.
Davos and Vakora on deck.
I've been looking all over his spells. I'm still left with. Okay.
Turtle spell. Who the hell's Vakura?
His wisdom's gonna be not bad. I could try that if you wanted, but I'm inclined to just smack it with like a guiding bolt, get some damage off, maybe break its concentration. I don't know how the whole chant thing works.
You gather it's like concentrating on a spell, yeah.
Yeah.
If we
so,
break concentration.
Yeah, so I feel like guiding bolt may be the best choice there, just to try to get the most damage off on it, assuming I can hit it. How far?
It's radiant damage.
That's a good point. I can't reach it right now, which kind of sucks. So I'm gonna move Goldbrand first. He can only move 20 feet.
What?
So
Why
he
can
can
you
only
only move 20
he can only fly 20 feet.
You can choose to walk, now that you're here, but at the same time, guiding bolt's like 120 feet. You could hit it from where
I
you
know,
were.
but I'm moving closer so that I can hopefully smack it later. I will use guiding bolt.
Oh, I need to look at something, Devin.
Balls.
I didn't
That
anticipate this.
sucks.
Oh, a 13 does not hit, my friend. I'm sorry. That's a 3. That's rough. You walk
That's
to
rough,
that circle.
buddy.
You walk to that runic circle, do you?
I'm flying. I only moved my 20 feet. I'm still 10 feet off the ground.
You're within a 20-foot tall cylinder of that magic circle, are you?
Yeah, I am. I scared.
You are lucky that it specifies that they have to specify the type of creature. Interesting. Okay, no, we're good.
Kill
DM
Goldbrand.
did
I'll
not
come back with a
anticipate
blade
y'all
singer.
walking into walking into the pentagram. That seems a little. Anyway, unless you have anything else, we're gonna rotate to Davos.
Can't cast spells if I rage. I don't think so. I didn't mean to upcast that.
Dawnbringer.
I'm gonna fix this real fast.
Alright. I can't remember what we did last time I used this. Steel Wind Strike. It says I can choose up to 5 creatures and then make a melee spell attack against each target. Does that mean only 1 attack per target?
Rules as written, it is 1 hit per target. On like a big boss battle where it's 1 enemy, I might allow multiple, but I think we're gonna stick to rules as written and just do the 1 target, 1 hit per creature.
Alright. That's fine. I'm debating. I'm gonna go for something different. I'm gonna cast Slow
Interesting, okay.
on. I only see these 2 creatures
Yes,
on
sir.
both of them.
What's that save, my guy?
That is gonna be a Wisdom 18 save.
Wisdom
will-
18.
Yeah, that will break my concentration on the fly, so I no longer have a fly speed. And
That
there's
is good to know.
details.
You plummet to the earth, you die. I hate to tell you this, but they rolled a 25 and an 18. So unfortunately, I believe that spell goes off without taking root.
The 25, the one with advantage.
Oh, neither one of them rolled with advantage, actually. So I will allow, we can say it, I'll allow that to be the first creature's roll. And then it has to be an 18.
Yep.
I'm being fucky by letting you do this. But
I mean,
I rolled 2, even though I rolled 1 for the, oh, but it's advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already rolled 1 for the Bone Devil, but I'm going to pretend like those first 2 were for the Pit Fiend. And on the second one, its higher one is a 17. So the slow does take root. How
on
about
the
that?
yellow dot, the
On
statue.
the Bone Devil, yes.
Sweet. Thank you, Joey.
You're welcome, asshole. Okay.
Sometimes the DM loves us.
You did
With
say
that-
advantage.
It has advantage, yes.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. You got to
Okay,
roll 2
yeah.
rolls.
So it has a -2 to its AC. Its speed is halved. Can't use reactions. Use an action or bonus action, but not both. Can only make one attack. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. What's your
Bonus.
speed, Bone Devil?
Bonus action.
I don't know if it's going to be close enough. It might be close enough to be. Reach of 10 feet. Yes, sir. Okay. The Bone Devil launches off and moves startlingly slow as it just like, I like to imagine like the fucking grasshoppers from fucking Bug's Life. The wings are flapping really fast, but it's going very slow. And as it approaches you, Yuan, its tail swings from beneath it and comes to strike at you. It's like a scorpion's tail.
You didn't let me do a bonus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bonus action. Sorry, go ahead. I thought you were saying bonus
give-
action was the slow.
Bardic inspiration to Yuan.
There you go. Yuan, a 16. Does that hit?
Negative.
Negative. Good. Okay, so it goes to strike you, but it does not find purchase. Not Vikora. Yuan, here's your move.
Okay. Are they both chanting?
No,
Or is
just,
it just
the
the one? Okay.
Big ol' red boy.
Fine. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try another roll at them psychic lance. I'm gonna do a heightened spell, so it negates the advantage, so it's just a flat save.
High risk, high reward. I love it.
Yeah,
All right,
buddy.
Psychic Lance. That's intelligence save, correct?
Let me see if it'll cast. Yes, it is an intelligence save.
It is not proficient in this. A DC of 18. It has to. I'm going to roll this above board. It has to roll a 12 or higher. Make sure I'm reading that right. Yeah, if you're doing the points to make it a heightened spell, then yes, it has to roll a 12 or higher.
Quick question. Can I roll my will or
Nice.
woe to see which one it is?
Which one? Which one?
Look,
What is?
So every long rest, and it was, I don't remember the last thing I rolled. I get to roll not a will or woe, an odd or even. Because Cosmic Omen is the ability. If it's odd, I am able to subtract from that roll with a d6 as a reaction. I'm technically supposed to know what they
Damn.
are. Like
Even if
every
you got a
rest.
6, he wouldn't pass.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you could try, but
Yeah, it's a
Since I brought
19
it up.
plus his 6.
I'm gonna roll it anyway. Like
Uh,
a note of what it is.
Go ahead and roll the d20, so you have, you know, if you get the wheel or the woe.
Okay, it is woe.
I will allow it to retroactively do that, but you're correct that it will not affect this check.
Okay.
With a 26, excuse me,
Okay.
25, he unfortunately passes your psychic lance. He does still take half damage. He is still gonna have to make a concentration check for that. Concentration. You get 13 damage, half of that. So yeah, it has to beat a 10. Would have to roll the natural 1. He does not. As we round, I'm sorry, bonus action.
bonus action. I don't like this dude breathing down my neck, so I'm gonna dissipate into shadow and
Yeah.
reapparate and unshadow.
Do you have
here.
a set number of times you can do that, or is that just?
It is literally as long as we're in. The caveats that you have to be in dim light or
This
complete
is the place
darkness.
to be in dim light.
And that's why first session you were like the entire woods is dim light. I was like, baby, I was made for this.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about, you know, Tabitha and Yuan had to navigate this forest, like with her grievously injured, try to get past the Nodorok, spiders, everything here. And knowing that you have this ability makes it make so much more sense as how you were able to do that without getting
Yeah,
ganked.
places of shadows like it's my home turf.
For real though, dog. All right, fantastic. As we round to the top of the turn, the Pit Fiend finishes its chanting, and arising from the circle, he thrusts his hand down, and like a pillar of flame arises. And as the flame dissipates, you all see an Aranius. This is a would say almost angelic figure. I'll drop pictures of all these, by the way. Pit Fiend, Aranius, Bone Devil, the Aranius with black red feathered wings, a horned helmet, this glowing rope within her grip. turns to look at all of you and sneers with just the most malice and scorn that an entity could muster. As we round to the top, Pandora, you have a moment to act before these things do. What do you choose to do?
Cry. Just a little bit.
Cry. That's the right answer.
Let's see. Well, let me look at my thing. Hold on. 2 charges. Well, I think I'm going to finish the ritual, but I think I'm gonna try shooting the pit fiend again.
Yeah.
At least to try and get rid of him. That was a 16.
A 16.
Lucky. Hold on. I forgot I'm playing Lucky.
Oh, yeah, you do have luck points.
I'm like, I stopped playing Pandora for so long and I forgot that I've got that. So let's try that again.
Do it. Pop, motherfucker.
Alright, an 18.
Oh. An 18 does not hit either, my friend. I'm sorry. Those are two.
Well, damn. I'm going back to the fucking shadows then.
This is the balancing from the Notarok earlier, like where I was rolling 3s and 5s. Now you're rolling 3s and 5s.
Yeah, no.
Captain Arcanox, we round to you.
All right. Let's see here. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor.
Ooh, okay.
Right, I'm gonna drop that for you real quick. But essentially, all my attacks just get an extra D4 of radiant damage.
Solid.
Is it dropping?
I'm seeing the damage, but not the thing itself. Don't worry about it. I can pull it up real quick.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, with that in mind... 17, I bet does not hit.
On which one?
The pit devil. Pit fiend, I mean.
Pit fiend? No, 17 does not. I'm sorry. You have 2 more.
Awful series of rolls for everybody.
Really?
The big spooky creature I made for this forest didn't get to do shit, so I'm honestly, no offense, but 24 will certainly hit. Yeah, roll some damage, my guy.
Bam, 8.
Fantastic. And your third swing?
Plus 3 radiant damage.
Oh, right on. I will tell you, as you strike it with the radiant, you do not see it do additional damage. It does not take an extra beating from that.
Well, that's the case.
It's still good to have that damage tack on. I'm just letting you know it's not vulnerable to it. An 18 does not meet.
It's not me. Dang.
Bonus actions. Okay, as we round to the Aranyes, who is rather. It's actually eye level with you, Goldbrand, because it's also off the ground just a bit. I also need Arcanox. Yeah, Arcanox, roll a Wisdom saving throw for me, because you are starting within a certain range of the Aranyes. We won't change anything that happened, but it is good to know for next round. Wisdom saving throw. 20. This thing exudes this dark presence and tries to rattle you, to shake you, to throw you off, and you spit fire in its face. You are immune to this fear effect for the rest of the day. The Aranyes squares up with Goldbrand, who is within her circle to a slight degree. I think she's going to go with 3. Oh, she can do that as well. She's actually going to start the rope. It's not even that she like lassos it or anything. She holds out her arm and it coils around and shoots towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Goldbrand.
I get advantage on this because I can see it.
You can't see shit, Goldbrand. Let's be real. You keep talking about how blind you is.
I get to add 2 to these apparently. So 19.
Ooh, that certainly passes. The rope goes by, and she whips it back around, but she comes at the other hand with a longsword. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
With her final strike, she gets a nat 20. I hate that it's doing the rolls from Roll20 in the chat. She is going to hit you with a good shit. She's not using both hands because I specified she had the rope in the other. So she's going to deal this plus this. Oh, and both of these get doubled on the die. Yes, because they're both part of the same attack. Goldbrand, you take 12, 34. Goldbrand, my guy, you take 68 points of damage as the Aranyes cleaves into you with its hellish blade, and you feel this infernal metal, like it's almost like the coarseness of like cast iron, and you feel as this seeps into your blood, as this otherworldly metal is poisoning your blood against you. You do not have to make a con save for this one. You do take a fuck ton though.
Not bad.
She says something to you in Infernal. Do you speak Infernal?
No.
She also speaks Common, yeah. She does, but she wouldn't grace you with them.
I speak Infernal. Can I translate it? She called you a hoe.
Yeah. Regardless of whether she said or not, that's now what happens. The Pit Fiend is going to fly outside of its reverse gravity. It does a weird little barrel roll, and is going to come up over here to make Yuan uncomfortable, because Yuan's looking a little too happy over here. The Pit Fiend sneers at you, and you believe in a way that it recognizes you, and you it. This is the one you banished. This is the one that you sent back to the Hells. It is furious at that setback, and it is eager to make you pay for it. I think seeing the cluster you guys are in, it's going to cast a fireball. I'm going to check my radius here. 20-foot radius for fireball, am I remembering that correctly? Yeah.
I think it might be bigger than that. Let me double check.
It's 20-foot radius. I'm gonna
It
get
is 20
three.
foot.
I'm gonna get the 4 of you. I need the 4 of you, everyone except Ark, to make a dexterity saving throw.
You're gonna get
be
this
a
counter spell.
13.
Pop!
Get that counter spell? He doesn't know counter spell. Let me see if the Aranyes does. She does
Yuan's
not.
like,
no.
no.
As-
Triple stamp, a double stamp?
you watch as within his free hand a small sun appears, and he begins to pull it back as if he's going to hurl it towards you, and as he moves his hand forward, it dissolves into smoke and his hand goes through it, and he looks at you with a look of pure malice, especially because he tried to hold person Tabitha or you to watch Tabitha die. So this is extra bitter moment for him as we round to Goldbrand.
Oh boy. This Aranyes is right in front of me, so it's probably...
So does go, baby.
Yeah, it's probably wise to rage and just swing twice.
After taking nearly 70 points of damage, that's a good call.
I mean, I'm only kind of bloodied.
Only kind of bloodied, he says.
I could try to leave, but then it's gonna beat me up. I can't rage and cast spells. And I don't know what the reach is on its whip. That's not something.
It's not a whip per se. She did not whip it out as much as the rope seemed magically compelled forward.
Alright, I'm gonna try something. I would like to
Also, I
redact.
stopped seeing. Do y'all
So-
still see your health bars? Because I'm not seeing them.
I don't have mine. I need to fix my token to have mine.
I tried to fix mine to work tonight, and it also didn't work for some reason. Maybe the name change. I don't know.
There might just be general fuckery about with Roll20 and everything. So sorry, carry on.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna try something. I would like to redact my previous statement. Instead of raging, I want to cast Anti-Life Shell, which
Okay.
should have just went in chat. I think that is my second 5th level spell slot, so I'm gonna mark that off.
So
It should be pushed out of it, right? If not, I'll have to move backwards.
Moves with your and hedging out creatures other than undead and construct. Hedging out. Okay.
Yeah, so
very
it
last
pushes it
iteration.
backwards away from me, but the scythe has 10 feet of range. So
Well,
that
she has to be 10 feet away from you for the circle, or for the she would be 11 feet away, for example, out of the anti-life shell. You would not be able to use the scythe to get her if she was beyond that. She would be 3 squares away. You would only have a reach of 2 squares. We're actually coming up on an interesting point of order too. Let me check something. Which one of these is the higher spell? Goldbrand, roll.
So the spell specifies that I can make attack with reach weapons.
An affected creature can cast spells or make attacks with ranged or reach weapons through the barrier. I imagine that's if you're like have a bow, you could fire through the barrier.
Reach, the
But, like-
property. Does the scythe not have reach?
The scythe probably does have reach, but it's a reach of 10 feet, and you're pushing the creature 11 feet out. Yeah.
But the spell is specific. It says creatures with, if you have a weapon with reach, you can smack things at the edge of the barrier.
Well, the barrier prevents an affected creature from passing through or reaching through. You are not the affected creature. The enemy is the affected creature. An affected creature can cast spells or make attacks with range or reach weapons through the barrier.
Oh.
But then what does this spell
No.
actually do then?
Yeah,
It
no.
keeps them from getting in melee range.
Affected. I read myself as affected, but I see what you're saying.
I
The
did
barrier
too.
prevents an affected creature from passing or reaching through. So my mind says that it's... I also don't like that it says hedging out, because that's kind of unclear. I imagine that does mean that it's pushing them away from you.
Yeah, I think it's meant not to
that's my
prevent
interpretation
opportunity
of
attacks. I think is why it's phrased that way. That
But
you
like if
wouldn't-
the Araignes has a ranged attack or a spell, she could still cast that on you. She just physically herself can't go in. The fact that it specifies reach, and she has... I almost think of like some of the giants have weapons that would
Oh.
normally have reach, but then have a range of like 15 or 20 feet.
No, you're right, because I see now it says if you move so that an affected creature, so there's the same verbiage with affected creature.
Well, and
Okay.
here's... I need you to make an Arcana check, Goldbrand.
2.
We're at an interesting point of order. This Araignes is within a magic circle, specifically an inverted magic circle, that is designed to prevent her from exiting. Furthermore, your spell specifies if you move so that an affected creature is forced to pass through the barrier, the spell ends. She's between a rock and a hard place. As your dome of energy exudes out from you, you see that as she's forced back against the circle, there's a flicker of light that sort of almost presses her in between. Because your spell... Let me read this one more quick time. Can't willingly enter or exit the circle by non-magical means. Because of how your spell is phrased, if you move an affected creature so that it is forced to pass through the barrier, the spell ends. I think I will give you the opportunity. You recognize this moment, and you know that if you were to try to press the advantage and hold your ground, that your spell would fade, or you can move about 5 feet back where she still has room to exist within the circle on the ground.
Oh man. I will move back. I was gonna ask, does she get to smack me when I move back? I'm
I
gonna do
don't
it
think so.
anyway.
I think she has a 10-foot range. Let me look. One of her weapons does have a 10-foot range, so I think that you're good.
Okay. This is a waste of spell slot anyway, but I said I was gonna cast it, so he will move back and cast anti-life shell. I did think I was gonna smack her, but instead I'm gonna do other things.
My apologies for that.
No bonus action, because I have to continue to be this constellation to fly.
Davos.
See a wind strike.
Choo, 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 choo. Yeah, when you said that earlier, I'm like, hold up just a little bit. Yeah, roll it, dude.
It's gonna be, I'm gonna pick each one of these creatures.
You guys see Davos already in the air, yeah? And
But
even though it's not...
flying anymore.
You're not? Oh, well. You see as he still has some of that remnants of magic with him just because it looks fucking cool, and full on Super Saiyan style off the ground. Roll your fucking hits, my guy. Melee spell attack. 25. That hits the pit fiend with moving the air, and yes. 37.
That's force damage.
Yes, sir. That does not resist it in any way. You're good.
And then at the end it says I can teleport to an unoccupied space that I could see within 5 feet of one of the targets that I hit.
Yes. You do also have to make 2 more swings. You make it a swing per target.
Okay. I got it. All right.
Fantastic. And uno mas. Ooh, the third does not hit.
I was going to go left to right just for simplicity's sake.
But that is the way I read it. Yeah, you dealt damage to the pit fiend in the air, and yes, the bone devil did not get. Oh, he's slowed though. But his
-2 to AC.
It's still higher than a 14.
About a 12.
Yeah.
All right. I will then put myself right here next to the Bone Devil, and I'm gonna use my bonus action Light of Lathander on the Araness and the Bone Devil.
Ha, motherfucker.
That's gonna be an 18 con save.
Interesting point of order. They would get advantage because it's spell or magic effect. I'm wanting to say that on a radiant ability, I would waive that. Against spells and other magical effects. She rolled a nat 20. The Bone Devil, because he's slowed, does he do that at disadvantage?
Let me double check. -2 to Dex saving throws. Can't use reactions.
Does not say it auto fails anything. So I'm going to roll for him. Con save. He does not have proficiency in con save.
18.
18. He is barely going to fail.
For 16
16
damage.
for Light of Lathander.
And he's blinded.
Blinded. Fantastic. She is taking half damage, if I recall correctly, yes?
And is not blinded.
Fantastic. Excellent. And a
It
whir
is
of light.
considered sunlight, if that's relevant.
I do not believe so, but I will double check. No, you're good. Fantastic. Excellent move. Rolling on to the Bone Devil, who is blinded now, very displeased with you. Knows where you are because you just stabbed it tried to stab it and then blinded it. It's going to make 2 attacks, but it can only make 1. Doesn't it get to shake off the slow at some point, or is it just there forever?
So at the end of its turn, it gets to make a save.
I did not make a wisdom save last time, so I will roll that now. That's a 19. I think your save is an 18, if I'm not mistaken. So he is no longer slowed. Is blinded, though, so he's going to make it at disadvantage. It's going to go with 2 claw attacks. Disadvantage is a 13, does not hit you. Stinger, disadvantage is an 11, does not hit you. Tries to come at you with a flurry of blows, but does not manage to find purchase as we round to you on.
Oh man, what do I want to do? What do I do? What do I do?
I actually need to head to bed. I got work in the AM.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up after this because it'll be at the top of the round. But I do understand if you got to bail a couple minutes early.
Good night.
Always glad to have you, Randy. Take it easy. Get some rest. Do drugs. What? I didn't say that. God. You are.
I'm gonna do something that you've seen before, but the rest of the party hasn't seen before. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Tasha's Otherworldly Guise.
Yeah.
And so once again, these sort of shimmering shadows start to appear on my back before these sort of necrotic, dark, blackened wings, bat-like wings erupt from my back. I'm going to choose the lower plane again, so I am immune to fire and poison damage.
Very good call.
I'm also immune to the poison condition. Have bonus to my AC, blah, 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 all kinds of other stuff. I'll drop it in chat just so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to burn the spell slot, so it's actually going to cast it twice because I didn't realize I'd do that. And as the wings sort of erupt from my back, I'm going to stare at the pit fiend for a moment before I... Arcanox is in the middle of this. I don't know if I want to do it or not. He hasn't taken much damage, though.
I can take it.
Firewolf.
I thought about it for real. But what's the radius? Let me check something really quick. You would think I would know how to do this. How the crap do you make a... Oh, here we go. Just, that's not what I wanted to do at all, so you can erase that. How the crap do I check the radius on something?
It should say it in the spell description.
No, I mean like if I want to check it on the map.
Oh, on the left side, there's a ruler. On the left side of Roll20, you can pick what shape you want, and then you can just click and drag.
Oh, I see. It's because I have to double click it in this stupid version of it. With it being 20 feet, I could
There's
technically
also a
center
floating
it.
corpse back here, just so y'all are aware. And the reverse gravity.
That's actually hilarious.
That's a real scene.
I don't know. If I centered it like behind where Goldbrand didn't get hit, I think I can technically clip all of them, but it's a tough call.
I don't think you could quite get the Bone Devil. Do that again for me. These are also a little bigger than what...
Yeah, it's tough. Like if I... With Goldbrand being in...
You could get him there, but you would get
Yeah.
Goldbrand and Arc.
I'll have to scoot it back a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast it at the Bone Devil and the thing in the center instead to try and sort of like put it behind him so I don't clip any of my buddies.
Yeah, like back up here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds like a good compromise.
Um,
Technically, they are... the Devils are large, the Arianes is medium, so I will resize those to better reflect that. But you should still
Wait
be
a
able to
second.
get these two, no problem.
I know they get advantage on saves, but it's okay. I'm gonna cast it as just as like a test. I'm gonna cast it as essentially like a big ice explosion.
Okay, is this Fireball?
Yeah, I'm gonna do fireball, but I'm gonna do it as
Crossbow.
cold.
Gotcha. Okay, so they're both going to make a dex save. They do have advantage. The Bone Devil does not have advantage, or excuse me, does not have proficiency in dex saves. Oh, he got a nat 20 on the second roll. The Erin, yes. Dex save, she is proficient in. What is your DC, my guy? 18?
18.
I will drop this in chat for posterity, but unfortunately both of them pass. Furthermore,
That's alright.
as fiends, both of them are resistant to cold damage.
Okay.
So they're going to take that damage halved 25 to 12, halved again to 6.
That's alright. I just wanted to test it and see.
Yeah, it's good to you know.
So did one roll a
explore your
17?
options.
Am I reading that right?
One rolled a 15 and a 23, so the 23 is what takes precedent. One of them rolled a 19 and a 24. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Oh,
got
I
something
see.
that
I'm
you
in the
can
wrong.
help
I'm in the
download?
wrong chat. I was gonna try to use the woe thing. I was in the wrong chat. I
Oh,
see.
I'm sorry. I meant to put this in the Strong King Center chat.
No, it's chill. I found it. Never mind. It doesn't look like it would.
I
help.
wouldn't waste it there anyway because
Yeah,
they're
it looks
resistant
like
to
it
that type of
wouldn't
damage. I do still have. I mean, I have a fly speed of 40 feet now. Am I within range of this dude?
You get yes, I believe so. I will double check, but you think that you're in his threatened area.
Okay.
Yeah, if
I'll
you were
just
to
stay.
pull away, he would be able to. You could skirt him, but if you were to pull away, he would be able to pop you.
Nah, I'm alright. I'm gonna stay right here.
That said, use his reaction, whatever that's worth. With you planting there, we are actually going to go ahead and call it a night there. We will resume next week, same time, same place. with this battle of the three devils against the lords of Nightstone within the horrors of the Shriekwood. Thank you very much for joining us. Be safe, take care of one another, and keep rolling. Catch you next time.